long gone. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Natulaje bano mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Ajibe kwa natulane bovo. Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule. Dani moda tulilu. Naya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Ama abulezi okwenu. Na baka la kelwego nezi enwe. Nubocha kala kelwego nudezi. Maka na baba neno waralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe. Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banatayi. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makana nyuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe. Naka ni kwata milake kwa wacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be walo tamano. Umu Biafra kuyenwe. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makano fobi abakama. Nana nugo noe. Umu Biafra na bekele umulina. Nkabo nkani. Mwadati na itele wanyi bekele mi. Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. God did not want to cheers a moon or be born here. When see a can argue. I don't know what you quote. Ikemba one of Biafra land among them. Adawuneya kalaya dike. Ma fondi mojiri diebu baby de beach evele among them. Abusiku dogweji mali bonine. Dogweji malo Biafra biya. Dumego chuku. Papa gisi kene logi Philipu Efyong. Abose kwa mwake kuloku wekusi okusi na Biafra yekunyo. Na yabu Biafra ya tulugo wenata. Na bulu na yabu Biafra ekuigo. Noko guli mwata na kanane ele. Abagise kene logo nyendu manzi nande kano. Amadike Biafra kedebe Monica. Amadike Biafra Biafra.
For the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of the accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to do that. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can the
Biafran government they know na exile cabinet na ya agba unu ube maka na onye soro bịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ ga-enu eyi jisie n'ike ekenele m ndị Biafran Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu the agents of Biafra land bịa kedenu eyi the great oracles of Biafra na n'onu anuwe kene nunama na nunu jisi kenan atugo ya ba unume omo chukwu ne ase kana the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Webber Abuzi kwa batobi Atwele umo Biafra Bianulu Anonganga Piotembe will name
I just show you, you will not see. Yes. All the guys send their son to you remember well. I said for the bill of
Makwale na kosa de malaya. Maji mwago konye loti no de lonka soji lo yati di soji lo wala sa.
Ometena fu pasi ayele ti.
Abuzi kwe wa batobi. Ogada gidi dike bia no no. Maji wala ni yo. Tukunyele ndi Biafra na nunu Nuna beke nege Asibona ya dele ndi Biafra ni nenama Asino ya dele nuni nenama Mandanyi na bono mwe No utela nyiweli ene Mandanyi na bono nudonu no mwe Makana mbona boke kwena bonike Moya na no moya no No be voye de beline de no wa believe amalama A good legacy will last forever ma believe amalama And the remembrance of my bless you
I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts, Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, We will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody.
the Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to wear Obada. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
People negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
Biafra we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom. In the history of the whole world, freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barriers of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone. Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you, and I thank you for being part of this program. It is going to be another one, as we always present on a daily basis. We have come once again today to speak to the world and to the Biafran people on the situation on the ground. For those who are joining this platform for the very first time, or those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want you to remember that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to promote humanity, to promote peace, and to promote freedom for all. If you are genuinely seeking for freedom, regardless your race, your location, your religion, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're genuinely seeking for freedom, we are here for you. If you care about humanity, you are going to enjoy this very platform. In this platform, we present the case of the Biafran people, more especially to the world. Many of you must have heard about Biafra, and some of you have heard either negative or positive about Biafra. In this platform, we are here to straighten the fact about Biafra, tell you things you need to know about Biafra. More especially, we reveal the atrocities the Nigerian government is committing against the Biafran people as we speak. Biafra that we are talking about is a country that has existed from 1967 till 1970, fought a brutal war against the international communities. When I say international community, I mean the United States, the British, the Russians, and the French. They all came together. To a large extent, the Arabs fought against Biafra for 3 good years. At a stage, they convinced the Biafrans people to accept no victor, no vanquish, which Biafran people were deceived into accepting. And when they accepted that, they changed the system of the warfare and they continue to fight the war. The war is still ongoing even as we speak. And of recent, the chief of staff, the chief of army staff in Nigeria, came on national TV to declare that war once again. And he said that to confirm that the warfare is going on, he said that they are carrying out asymmetric warfare in Biafran territory. He came back again and said that they are now in jungle warfare in Biafran territory. But surprisingly, there has never been any conventional media or international media that has come to investigate to see how they are carrying out this conventional warfare, this asymmetric warfare or the jungle warfare. Nobody have investigated it. The chief of army staff made it clear that they are carrying out asymmetric warfare in Biafran territory and jungle warfare. Since nobody is reporting it, we have taken upon ourselves as Biafrans, because it is he that wears the shoe that knows where it pains him or her. That is why we have taken upon ourselves to reveal this warfare that is going on in Biafran territory, even nobody wants to talk about it. Most of the information we speak about here, you cannot hear it on their conventional media or international media. But we urge every investigative journalist on the planet Earth, regardless where you are, any investigative journalist that can be able to get to Nigeria, go to the southeastern part of Nigeria, the Biafra land, and make your investigations and inquiries on what is going out there. Genocide is going on that territory. The government of Nigeria have destabilized that area and made it so insecure that the citizens are afraid of going out. And this insecurity we are talking about is not limited to the Biafra land, but we try to elaborate on that of Biafra because Biafra have been on this battle since 1967 up to this day. But when you look at it largely, every part of Nigeria today is insecure. In the northern part of Nigeria, there are places where the terrorists are completely in charge. They collect tax from farmers, they mount roadblocks and checkpoints, and nobody talks to them. Every now and again, we see them unveiling new set of terrorist organization, new set. Even when we heard that they killed the leader of the Boko Haram, Shekau. Shekau was terminated, lost his life in the hand of a rival terrorist organization, not in the hand of the government of Nigeria. Always remember this. The leader of the Boko Haram, the most popular terrorist group in Nigeria, was eliminated by another rival group, not Nigerian government. But what we see in the aspect of government is that they encourage them, they rename them at any point in time. They change their name. Sometimes they call them bandits, sometimes they call them herdsmen, sometimes they call them different kind of name, Bakachua, and different kinds of names they invent. And lately, they are calling them hunters. These names are always manufactured by the government of Nigeria. It is the same terrorist organization, the same Boko Haram, that has their foot soldiers in the Fulani land. The Fulanis, every of their foot soldiers are Fulanis. The same people. There is no difference. But at every point in time, in order to make them acceptable, in order to allow them to operate in Nigeria, the government of Nigeria always change their name from one thing to the other. Every single thing we say on this platform is verifiable. I am talking about the terrorist organization in Nigeria. These informations you cannot find on their conventional media. They don't talk about it. And this is one of the major reasons why the Biafran people have decided to walk out of Nigeria, go ahead and redeclare Biafra on the 29th of November 2024. From 29th of November 2024 going forward, Biafra land ceased to be part of Nigeria. Biafra becomes a sovereign state, even though the Zoological Republic terrorist government are still occupying Biafran territory. Their forces are still occupying that, but they are there illegal. That is why whatever happens to them, they will be responsible for it, because the government of Biafra, the United States of Biafra, have officially informed them that they should leave the territory. The government of Biafra have made official letter to them, written an official letter to them, to the Nigerian government, and told them to move. The cabinet of Biafra is ready to take over. Workers of Biafra, United States of Biafra government are ready to take over. But they have continued to empower the terrorists to keep us down and hold Biafrans ransom. But I tell you, it is not going to be for too long. Every terrorist organization you see in Nigeria is one, but the government of Nigeria continue to rename them. The same Boko Haram, they renamed them and called them bandits. It was even very difficult for them to proscribe them. They only choose some certain group and say they proscribe them to an extent. The same government named them bandits. They renamed them from bandits and they call them herdsmen. From herdsmen, they changed it now and they are calling them hunters. At every point in time, it is the same group, the same foot soldiers. They are the one we see. And we see them embracing them, telling you that they have re-radicalized them and they introduce them into their military. Every single thing I say here is on video. There are video confirmation to it. Some of those videos are so grievous that I cannot play. And most of the videos I have played here already, just like introducing Boko Haram into their military. I have played the video where they did the training and where they were introducing them into the military with uniform. And after embracing these terrorists into the military, they send them to the southeastern part of Nigeria to begin to destroy lives. And we say, enough is enough. We can no longer take that. That is why the Biafrans have taken a bold step to redeclare Biafra on the 29th of November 2024. The atrocities of Nigerian government is not only to the Biafra land or southeastern part of Nigeria, to precise, it is across board against every indigenous person in that Nigeria. Every indigenous tribe has become an endangered species in that very contraption called Nigeria. This is a fact. The only difference is that most of them have lost their voice. They do not have the boldness that the Biafran people have to speak. But the Biafrans, being that they have seen it all, they have fought through a war, they don't want to keep silent. They continue to fight on to get their freedom. And as we speak, they are out of Nigeria waiting for recognition. The same faith that is holding them is what is holding everyone. But the freedom of Biafra is going to guarantee the freedom of every other indigenous tribe in that very Nigeria. That is why, if you care about humanity, you should support the recognition of Biafra. If you support humanity, the only solution, only remedy to the atrocities of Nigerian government upon its own citizens today is disintegration of Nigeria. You disintegrate that country and divide the country along tribal lines. The Northerners will have the Arewa and practice the system that suits them. The Westerners have their Urudua, they practice the system that favors them. The Southeasterners, the Biafrans, will be on their own, practice the system that favors them. The Middle Belters will practice the system that favors them. And everybody will grow according to their own speed in their own space and protect their regions and territories. It is only when this is done you will see a healthy competition. And this very greed, envy, and jealousy that is allowing the terrorists to take over the country will die a natural death. Automatically, there will be security in every zone once this is done. It is a remedy that nobody on the planet Earth will deny. This has been applied in Europe. It worked. In America, it works. In Asia, it works. I don't see why it will not work in Africa, dividing countries along tribal lines. Why is it that the people of the world are not supporting this remedy? Why is it that nobody across board is looking into this absolute solution that could stop the loss of millions of life in Nigeria? Why is it that nobody is thinking of that direction to stop the loss of life that is happening in Nigeria today? It is only in that country today called Nigeria that people die in hundreds every blessed day, and there is no outrage, no report about it anywhere. Sometimes when they die less than 100, you only see that today is only 20. Today is only 50. And sometimes in their conventional media, you see them being glad that only 50 lives, they call it only 50 lives lost. We are talking about human beings. Every one of us know how the loss of his soul is taken in the United States or in Europe or even in Asia. But it's only in the country, Nigeria, that hundreds of people are losing their life on daily basis, unreported. The government have gone to the extent of stopping the conventional media to be reporting about the atrocities of the terrorists themselves, because the government is enabling them, supporting them, pushing forward to make sure that they succeed. And when we talk about the enabling of the terrorism in Nigeria, people will think that we are saying it out of hate or because we want to get out. I can bet you that people who are part of that very contraption have said it on their national TV. People who were the part of the people that wanted Biafrans to be eliminated from the planet Earth, they have confessed. When they saw the fire today, they are all crying and they are speaking out. Former Chief of Army Staff in Nigeria today have said it, that the military is colluding with the terrorists to take the life of the innocent citizens. And their project is to what? Take over the land. So when we say it on social media in our platform, because we are Biafrans, your hatred will not allow you to digest this and accept it. It is a fact. It doesn't matter how angry you are when we say it. It doesn't matter how dissatisfied you say when you say it. It doesn't matter how you try to change the narrative. The truth remains the truth, and we will continue to speak the truth at all times. That is why most of us in the United States of Biafra government media have made it a point of duty that on daily basis we will continue to bring this fact so that the world will hear our voice. In as much as we know, because of the global conspiracy, they might not be able to weigh in, but we are going to fight our battle. So that when we begin to fight our battle, you wouldn't say you are not told. Every single thing I have told you now about the involvement of the government of Nigeria into the terrorism in Nigeria, and more especially in Biafran territory, is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took up the challenge to rescue his people and asked for referendum for the people to decide. Instead of responding to the responding request of the Biafran people, they took away our prime minister and went to Kenya and kidnapped him with the support of Kenyan government, the British, and the rest of them. That is the global conspiracy we are talking about against the Biafrans. Everything about kidnapping is wrong. Whether it is done by a government or by an individual, it is wrong. Extraordinary rendition is wrong. It's against international law. Nobody does it and go free. Abuse of human rights to the highest level is wrong, unacceptable. But today, all these grievous crimes that international law frowned at are committed against the Biafra, and yet nobody is taking action. Instead, the people that are supposed to take action are busy dancing and rapporting with the same terrorist government in Nigeria. They are busy building their bilateral relationship with Nigeria. They are busy promoting the same evil entity that has been built to destroy its own people. They are only focusing on the mineral resources that will favor them. It is about their interest. As long as their interest is protected, they do not care about humanity. And that is why I say the United Nations is not united. They talk so much about human rights. They talk so much about Amnesty International. They talk so much about so many organizations that form. Each of those organizations have their presence in Nigeria, and they have first-hand information of every single thing I'm saying here. Most of the information I'm saying here, you go to their platform, you're going to see it. The crimes of the Nigerian government against the people. Most of the alerts, they are the people that alert, or that was the time they gave alert to people in Biafra land, that the disappearance of the young men will increase in the hand of the government. And as I'm speaking to you, thousands, millions of Biafrans have disappeared. Young men and women. Either they took their life or they are locked up in various prisons for committing no crime, only because they identified as a Biafran, asking for self-determination, asking for referendum. This is why we will not stop talking. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how the world feels about our actions. We are going to save ourselves, because nobody is going to save us. Nobody is going to save us. This section is an interactive section, and I would like everybody that wants to involve in this very program to join me on David Harbour channel on YouTube. If you have a contribution to make, all you need to do is to join me on YouTube on David Harbour channel. Go to the comment section. You're going to see the link. All you need to do, click on that link, and I will bring you in to speak on the topic we are discussing. The only thing that qualifies you to be part of this program is for you to be a human being. As long as you are human, you are free to come on. Make sure you appear in a decent manner and present your argument in a civil manner. It doesn't matter how angry you are, how that is dissatisfied you are. Come on and present your argument. We're going to give you all the time on the earth to express yourself. As long as you're human, you must not be a Biafran to join us. You must not agree with me to join us. You must not be on the same direction as I am today. You must not be a particular religion or a particular race to join. As long as you're human, all you need to appear decent and again present your case in a civil manner. We give you the floor. Bring your superior argument. Let's talk about it. Nobody knows it all. We can learn from you, or you learn from us at the end of the day. While you are coming, make sure that you have evidence on what you're saying and you're sure of what you're saying. Because we are the one that live the situation. We are living the situation we are in. We are discussing about the life we live every day. It is we that will tell our story. Nobody can tell our story better than we. He that wears the shoe knows where it is pinching. And that is why we are doing what we are doing today. We are shouting on different platforms on daily basis, speaking. Not because anybody is going to try to come, or maybe we are laying a hope on somebody. No, we are going to fight our battle and rescue ourselves. But we want to put the world on notice. So when we begin to react, you wouldn't say you don't know why we are doing what we are doing. You wouldn't say you don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is bent on setting his people free. You wouldn't say you don't know why Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, You don't know why he was doing what he was doing to set his people free. You don't know why he pushed the people to redeclare Biafra and go ahead to establish the Liberation Army of Biafra and continue to go ahead to defend Biafra land on self-defense. You wouldn't say you don't know why he did that. You wouldn't say you don't know why Mazi Samuel was talking about guerrilla warfare, because the Nigerian government declared war upon Biafrans on national TV and they called it asymmetric warfare. They came back and said they are engaging in jungle warfare. And we cannot fold our hands and pretend not to hear this. Our Prime Minister Mazi Samuel spoke about guerrilla warfare to counter the enemy as they are coming. So each time you come to talk about what our Prime Minister have done, the reason Finnish authority are holding him today, they have no basis in holding, because at all point in time, before our Prime Minister took any action he took, he spoke online and told the world what is going on. Most of the time, he has gone to the Finnish authority to present his case. He has always told them from the beginning to the last. When he started this very project, he told them, look at what I've been backing on. Because of the project of Biafra, he has to withdraw from politics in Finland, which he announced by himself, that going forward, he will not participate in Finnish politics in order to focus on freeing his people. So when you come and say he's instigating violence or he's a terrorist, he explained it in a layman's language that everybody will understand. You can only pretend not to hear him, but he has spoken about these issues at every point in time. We see the destruction of houses of Biafrans in Biafra land. We see the loss of life of Biafrans in the hand of the police. We have seen the attack of the terrorists in uniform in Biafra land on several occasions. Innocent lives lost at every point in time. There are many. You can't count one, you can't two. They went ahead to establish the one they call security outfit through the governors. They established various security outfits. And each time they establish that security outfit, they come and begin to take the life of Biafra. There was a time the entire states in the Biafra land protested and said they do not want a security outfit they formed, Ebubago. Ebubago went ahead to take the life of almost 15 people who went for a wedding. People who went for a wedding, they went to take their life. And the entire country was protested. The entire Biafra land was protested. They do not want a Bubago, and the government forced it on them. Up to this minute, they are still there, destabilizing the area and taking the life of innocent people. There are evidences to every single thing I say. And not just, there are people even in Nigeria that has spoken on the same manner on this issue, that it is the government of Nigeria today that is destabilizing Biafra land on different areas. But they turn around to accuse our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Even after he has spoken and given evidence to Finnish authority fall into that trap, and they withdrew our Prime Minister from us. For months now, going to 4 or 5 months, our Prime Minister have not spoken to us. They have held him incommunicado without any reasonable offense that he has committed. They said they are investigating. That's all we had. They have not brought any charge against him. They are still investigating. And while they are investigating, they kept him incommunicado. We can't hear from him. He can't speak to us. It's been 4 or 5 months counting. Yet they are holding him. Even when they have all the evidence, they have their embassy in Nigeria with us. Mazi Samuel have furnished them with enough evidence even before he started his missions. In the case of instigating the people or whatever, they had it. It is on national TV that they came to announce the asymmetric warfare against the Biafran people, the jungle warfare against the Biafran. And you expect them to fold their hand and watch. Not just announcing it. We saw them going in, bulldozing innocent houses, throwing bombs in the area where there are no war going on. And Mazi Simon Ekpa went galvanize a security of the Liberation Army of Biafra, because already the Biafra has the government, and the government have the right to operate an army. Every one of us know what is government in exile. If you do not know what is government in exile, go and Google it up and check. There are things that government in exile is supposed to have. There are authorities they're supposed to have. And Mazi Simon Ekpa established all this and put them in place and put a structure going forth for the declaration of Biafra. So therefore, whatever forces he has formed and any step he has taken, he has the right to take those steps. International law permits him to take those right steps he took. International law permits him to operate an army. International law permits him to control his region with the mandate of the people. In order to make it not be confusing, he went ahead to conduct a self-referendum in which more than 50 million people voted for that self-referendum. What was the question of the self-referendum? Do you want the Biafra to be redeclared? The United States of Biafra to be redeclared? Do you want Biafra to be free from the Zulukan Republic? And people, more than 50 million people voted yes. Almost 60 million voted yes. And in Biafra, we have about 70 to 80 million Biafrans. And almost 60 millions, 50 to 60 million voted yes. You can see that he has a clear mandate for every single thing he did. He had a clear mandate for every step he took. But yet, in the midst of all these facts that are very much in the open, they went ahead to take away our prime minister. And to show that it is the will of the people and not the will of the prime minister himself. The will of the people. The people went ahead in the absence of our prime minister to declare the United States of Biafra. It was done before the whole world. It was televised. It was featured on everywhere. The videos are there. You can go and watch. Thousands of Biafrans across board from all parts of the world assembled in Lati, Finland, to make that declaration. And on that day, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, rose up and said, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, I hereby redeclare the United States of Biafra as a sovereign state from today onwards. And from that moment till now, we have become a sovereign state, even though Nigeria refused to leave our territory, even after giving them official letters. Many countries of the world have been informed officially, notified officially. Many organizations of the world have been notified officially. While we are patiently waiting for recognition, we will not fold our hands and allow them to continue to take over our land. We will fight with every fiber in our bones to make sure that we get our freedom. While this is going on, they continue to push their propaganda from right, left, and center. And we, the Biafrans, we cannot be deterred. We cannot be deceived. Neither are we going to be distracted. Wherever you are watching this program, today we have come. And the topic we want to discuss today in full is justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but finding out the right and uphold it. Justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but finding out the right and uphold it. So many people today, they talk about justice, just like they preach about human rights, justice, United Nations, and all that. But when there is a serious situation where human life is in danger, you remain neutral. It extends even to some there are some Biafrans today that are neutral in their speech. They are neutral in their actions. There are countries of the world that have remained neutral. The United Nations have remained neutral even when the life of people is in danger. And yet, they claim to be a body that exercises and gives justice to people. It is sad to see. That is why today, after all this explanation, whoever that is hearing us and watching us, wherever you are watching from, whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran, whether you call yourself a one Nigerian or not, no matter where you are, there is danger. And I want to let you know, justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but finding out the right and uphold it. We are going to discuss this in full. But before we do that, let us get into this very important information that we must hear. Because as the Biafrans have walked out of Nigeria, we are going further to create awareness, and we are going to Washington, D.C., where things are happening to make this happen. Let us hear this info before we proceed.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night. Northwest Washington, D.C.
Ndewonu Biafrans, and greetings to the world. I am Mazi Ifeanyi, presenter and head of media for the United States of Biafra government homeland. On behalf of the leadership and the great people of Biafra, I welcome you to this special broadcast from Homeland Media, bringing you verified updates, truth in reporting, and the voice of the Biafran people. Today we bring you a major development in our collective survival and resistance against the ongoing oppression we face. In the face of rising kidnappings, unlawful detentions, and mysterious disappearance, a new tool of hope and emergency safety has arrived to support our people, the survival whistle. On this day, April 25, 2025, in a bold move to strengthen the safety and survival of the Biafran people, the first batch of survival whistles has officially arrived in the Biafran nation. These whistles are not ordinary tools. They are designed to save lives. When in danger, lost, or under threat of adoption, Biafrans can now signal for help using this powerful whistle. Its piercing sound travels farther than the human voice, making it effective even in remote areas or in the middle of the night. Distributions is set to begin as soon as final arrangements are in place with the 40 state governors across Biafra. Homeland officials assured that no region will be left behind in this operation. This initiative comes in response to disturbing reports of night raid, illegal detention, and disappearance targeting innocent Biafrans by Nigerian security operatives. The Nigerian DSS alone is said to be holding over 100,000 Biafrans without trial. Many are missing, presumed dead, or never heard from again. The survival whistle will serve as a new weapon in the defense of life, a way for citizens to cry out and be heard during emergencies. The people of Biafra have welcomed this move with open arms, expressing gratitude to the government of the United States of Biafra. Do stay with us, the news continues in a moment. All updates regarding the United States of Biafran Defense Forces and the Liberation Army shall be communicated only through the office of the Commander General or the Quartermaster General in Homeland. This is to ensure the integrity and safety of all operations. The United States of Biafran Army also reaffirms its full compliance with international humanitarian law (IHL), maintaining professional discipline and command standards. In the coming weeks, a public affairs officer will be officially announced to serve as the voice of the USB Army. My fellow Biafrans, today we do not just report news, we report history in the making. The survival whistle may be small in size, but it is mighty in purpose. It is a sound of resistance. It is a call for unity. And above all, it is proof that no Biafran is alone. From Homeland Media, this has been your weekly update. I am Mazi Ifani, head of media for the United States of Biafran government, Homeland. Continue to stand strong, stay alert, and be your brother's keeper. The dawn of freedom is near. Until next time, may Chukwokike Bioma bless and protect every Biafran soul. God bless you.
Thank you so much for listening and waiting on for a few minutes. I appreciate everyone that have listened and partake of this very program. And now we are going to go fully into the program. Remember the topic we are discussing today. At the end of the day, likely expand it to other levels. The topic says, justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but finding out the right. Wherever you are watching me from, I urge you in the name of Chukwokike Bioma to make your contribution. Feel free to join us live on David Harbour channel and make your contribution. Or if you are watching on Facebook or you're watching me on TikTok and you have a question, write down your question. Once I set my eyes on your question, I will respond to you accordingly. But it will be much better if you can come on David Harbour channel and then present your matter. If you have a superior argument, I bet you are welcome. And we are going to permit you to dig it out and let the world be the judge. Now I'm going to bring in my beloved brother Greg. You're already here. My brother Greg, I will hand you over the mic to give us your introductory speech while we kick off the program. Go ahead, my brother Greg.
Yeah, good morning, Mazi. Peace. Good morning, Biafrans. All the Biafrans, wherever you are residing, I extend my greetings, the listeners, and good morning to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ekpan. Wherever they are, we pray that our God will keep them and sustain them and strengthen them spiritually, physically, and the God of our land, the angels that guide all the Biafra land and the Igbo land will be on their protection, and the same angel will fight our battle. And we extend our prayers to Dr. NgoziOrabueze for protection and wisdom, that God will guide her and the cabinet in this very hard season, that God will lead them to make all the best decisions and bless any decision they made that will bring fruit. We pray also to our Biafra armies, especially those ones that have put bounties on their heads, those ones that are looking for life or death, that God will hide them and protect them and shield them with his armor. And they will live to see victory in Biafra land, and victory shall be the land of Biafra. Yes, thank you, Chiefs, again today for giving me an opportunity. And I pray for God's strength on you and all the media, because I know it is not easy, but by his grace, you are doing all this and the other medias are doing what they're doing. We will not go back to Nigeria. That is, going back to Egypt is going back to death. We are across the ocean already. We can never go back to the ocean of Egypt. Never. God will never allow that. Yes. Just like the program you started this morning, it's a very good one. Justice consists not being neutral. There is one program or whatever I watched, I don't know where I forgot, either in YouTube or where I watched that very video or a kind of clip. It's a lecturer who came into the classroom, and when he came into the classroom, he forced one of the students for not doing anything. The student did not commit any crime, and he sought the student and walked him out of his class and asked him to take his things and leave his classroom. And he was watching other students to know what would be their reactions. And all of them were looking surprisingly. This man did not do anything. This man did not do anything. This student did not do anything. And none of them reacted. And the lecturer was watching them. None of them reacted. He just proceeded. And then he started asking questions. Asking them why were they quiet, and nobody asked why their fellow student was asked to get out of the class. He asked all of them, they were surprised. They asked him if they know the offense. No one know the offense. And he said, if you feel not to commit the offense, then why didn't you react? What was your reaction? They were all looking. So I just cut the whole story short. He just told them, you all were quiet. And I order your fellow student to go out of the classroom for not doing anything. He did not commit any offense, and all of you kept quiet. Why? Why did all of you keep quiet? Nobody reacted. Then he told them that it was wrong. At that time, he asked this man to go out for not committing any offense. Both of you, he expected both of you to react and protest against that injustice that he did to that student. They were surprised that that was a test which all of them failed. All the whole class, the whole classroom, the whole student in that classroom failed that test. They failed that test of standing for right, standing for human right, standing for what is good, standing for what is human. All of them in that classroom, all of them failed. So that is exactly what you put up this morning. And that is why we will not keep quiet, because we all must not fail the test because of our selfish interest. Because those students didn't want to offend the lecturer. They only want to they are only after themselves. They want to get the lecture from the man and take the exam and pass. What the other students might be going through or whatever, the injustice against that other student was not their business, even though they know that it was injustice. But all of them kept quiet. And then they failed that exam from that lecturer. So when we keep quiet, we fail the same exam, just like those students in that classroom. And that is why we will not keep quiet. We must rise and fight for that thing that we know that is injustice. We must rise and fight for those things that we know that are not right. We must rise and fight for those things that are doing to our brothers and sisters back home. No matter how you do it, there is no style to fight for freedom. There is no style for when somebody is oppressing you. So when somebody is marching on your head, or when somebody is beating you, trying to kill you, there is no style for you to defend yourself. There is no style for you to say, no, I will not take it again. There is no style for you to make sure that you avoid those type of inhuman against you. There is no system. There is no style. And when somebody come and tell you, wait, and when somebody is marching on your head, when somebody come and tell you that there is when somebody march into your house and they want to kill you or start killing your children, when somebody tell you, when somebody enter into your family and was killing everybody, and somebody come out and tell you quiet, no, that person is evil, that person is demon, that person can never be accepted in any society. He is an evil person or an evil spirit, because it is only evil person we see that somebody is being marched, killed, and treated with inhuman, and he will tell you, keep quiet. When he see you suffering, when he see you being humiliated, and they will tell you, no, keep quiet. Our person telling you is an evil man. And that person, you must be very, very far away from him. Never have anything to do with such a person. So my this thing to this very topic today, there is something that I watched this morning that you go 247 post in the X. Is about the senators from the Southeast. The senators from the Southeast, all of them rejected the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They said there were 14 senators from the Southeast. That 14 senators rejected, go against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they promoted the execution of repatriation of Simon Ekpan to come to Nigeria and face justice, as they say it. So this is what the Biafran senators signed. So all the senators, all of them stand against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All the senators in Nigeria and now the senators in the East stand against it. These are the people telling you because these are the senators who are marching upon their people. They march upon their families. They stand against their families because they are the one killing you. I will continue saying it. Our problem is not the Fulanis in the first place. Our problem are all these evil brothers and sisters who are using the opportunity they have from every angle to attack and to kill their people. They are our problems. So when all these senators tell other senators that they don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be released, and they want Simon Ekpan to be repatriated to Nigeria to face justice, headed by Izunazo, that's the name, Izunazo, headed by Izunazo. What does that signal to the Biafrans? Which signal did he get from the Imo state where he's coming from? Tell me the bill that this man Izunazo has passed that help any common community where he comes from. Tell me what Izunazo has passed as a senator in Nigeria, in the federal Nigeria, where he represents people. I don't know where he came from. Tell me what law that man have brought that to help a common beggar, a mad person, a beggar, a homeless, and the people that are in the hospital that doesn't have somebody to pay for them, people that are homeless from his community. Tell me the bill that is Nazoha passed that will help those women that are pregnant and nobody can help them. Those ones that cannot eat 3 times or 2 times or even once in a day. Tell me the bill that is Nazoha passed for his community, for those people that they destroyed their businesses during the time of election, this last election that brought them in power, even the ones in Lagos. Tell me the bill that is Nazo and his 14 people have passed in that will help any community in Igbo or in any Biafra land. Tell me one bill that these people have passed. The only bill that they fought for is to make sure that the Nnamdi Kanu is not released. The bill they fought for is to make sure that Simon Ekpa will be deported to because he's fighting for the freedom of his people. And that is why we will not keep quiet. Any person at this level that is still afraid of death concerning Biafra, that person might think otherwise. Because these people are evil. So tell me one bill that is not passed that help to any common man in Igbo land, in Biafra land. Not even one. Not even one. So that to show you that any person, no matter the level where you are, especially those ones who agree that they are fighting for Biafra, and you are in this struggle saying you are fighting for Biafra, and you are using only propaganda to fight for Biafra, then that angel that God deposit for Igbo people, for the Biafrans, will not let you to enter that, because anytime you try to enter that place, that angel will strike you. With the point that our people don't understand is when they will be calling Ada Ajala, Ada this, Ada that, and Ada Ajala, or this or this, or the Mwala. That Mwala is the angel that God deposits in every land He created. Every ocean, every stream, that is power that God deposited in those things, that is angel that guide those places. And when you come in that land and you are coming doing all those efforts, those angels will pursue you to the level that He will strike you. So that is what they must understand. So these people must understand that those things, those ones that have been assigned to guide those land, especially those who come into that land to do evil, they will not go scot-free, because the command has been given to them. And the people of the land is crying every day for that angel to act. So any man or woman who is in this struggle and his only duty is to propagate lies, like those ones, immediately when they start fighting against, when they were fighting, the Biafra army were fighting against the so terrorists, and somebody channeled it to DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, thinking that you want to destroy DPMD. You are not destroying DPMD, you are destroying yourself. But that day will come when you will understand it, that those evil you are doing, thinking that you are doing it to anybody, you are destroying yourself. So that is one thing they don't understand. So it will be better for somebody to keep quiet than you return curse to you and to your generation in the name of you are fighting for Biafra, when you know within your mind that what you are doing is only evil and against your fellow person, especially those ones that you, both of you, agree that we are from the same family called Biafra. So the earlier people try to understand what they are doing, the better for them. So I will pray for any person to stand up honestly in the truth way. If you indeed want to stand up to fight for that thing they are doing against your fellow classmates, and which you know that is injustice. If you want to stand like Simon Ekpan. Simon Ekpan stand and swore, if my coming to fight for this Biafra is real, anything you do against me will go back to you. But if I have come in fashion or pretense to fight for Biafra, or have any evil against any Igbo person, any Biafran in this, let those things you go and do come back to him. And because he took this oath, the same man can take the same oath. And if you are coming, you think that those things will not work, they will definitely work. So don't think if it have not catch you today, when it will catch you, it will catch you and you will not have any escape. Neither will any of your family have escape. That is my little message for this moment until we proceed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother, Greg. I appreciate you for that contribution. You have spoken well. Let's go to our brother Maxwell. Bro Max, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Mazi Chicks. Good morning, Namoche Greg. Those in the comment section, those that are listening to us, my brothers and sisters in the homeland and in the diaspora, I salute each and every one of you. I salute your courage. I salute your resilience in doing what is right in the sight of man and in the sight of God. I use this opportunity to also salute Martin Namdekano when it seems that those that are supposed to stand for him, who have already been compromised, are today standing against him. I don't need to be shocked. I am not shocked. I am not surprised about it, because our people say, where a child is crying and pointing finger, if the mother is not there, the father is there. I have been shouting about this. Each and every one of us has been talking about this. In Sister Linda TV show, I said it that Biafrans, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the rest of the indigenous people of Biafra that are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they free themselves from the clutches of the caliphate hegemony. That we are orphans. People did not understand what I meant by that. We are orphans. We are orphans. We are fighting for ourselves. We are fighting for our freedom. Because of this freedom, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in there. Because of this freedom, Simon Ekpa Prime Minister is in there. Because of this freedom, majority, so many of our people, youths are in detention, illegal detention of our own people, simply because we are fighting to free ourselves from a criminal construct called Nigeria. A country that was never meant to be fruitful and productive, rather consumption in nature. Nigeria is a consumption entity. It consumes everything that is in there, both the one they can get and the one they cannot get. And that is the reason why they are using our gas and oil, crude oil, to borrow money in advance just to consume. And that is what we are standing against. Yet you have the same people. Where is saying in Baribe? Where is saying in Baribe that stood surety for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What have they promised him that is making him now not to speak on the injustices that is meted out on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the innocent man? If they cannot speak today, since they have decided to keep quiet, 14 of them or more, since they have decided to keep quiet, let them keep quiet forever. These 14 senators, let them keep quiet forever. They have shown us today that they have nothing to do with Biafra. The Nigerian government can kill, can decimate us for all they care. They can do us anything that they want. They have sold us out to the Nigerian government. And we are not bothered. The United States of Biafra will do everything within its limits and capacity to make sure that we progress the recognition, total recognition of Biafra as declared on the 29th November 2020. We have come a long way. We should not be disappointed by this, the actions and inactions of these people that are in bed with the terrorist system, that are benefiting. Into their mind, they are thinking how they are going to live their lavish lives, how they are going to lose all the monies, corrupt money that are entering into their bank accounts, how they are going to lose, what do they call it, constituency allowances of funds that they collect, yet they cannot deliver. These are some of the things that they are fighting against. If you take it away from them now, there will be nothing. That is what they are fighting. But Chukwu Okike Abiama knows that we are fighting for a genuine cause and the freedom of that land, Biafra, and the freedom of the people. He will not let us down. With the little efforts that we are putting in place and what the United States of government authority is doing, I believe that we will have the last laugh. We will have the last laugh. I was interacting with one guy on space today. They call him, is it the Son of Man? They were talking about the ruralization or whatever that they are doing, the other people are doing. The Yorubas, some of them. I wrote there. Someone was talking about IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and someone else. This Son of Man came out and said, hey, don't bring IPOB and Simon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issue on this platform. There are so many of them that were there. Majority of them are Igbo-speaking Biafrans. And I commented, and this guy came to my, and told me that that is how he described it. Now, Bamsna was slangs for mad people. Now I told him, I replied to him, I said, look, you cannot run away from your shoulder. You see, Biafra, as long as you are an Igbo man, as long as you are in, you can never run away from being called Biafra from those that we are fighting. No matter how you try to wash yourself off, you can never. It is like Biafra to you, IPOB to you is like your shadow. You can't run away from it. If you like, Ijele, what was Ijele Udele or Ijele was doing? Is he not a Biafran? The people that were supporting him in Abuja when he was carrying protest against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against the indigenous people of Biafra, against Biafran agitation and the rest of them, against Simon Ekpa and you and me. What happened? Who were the people that were supporting him? Today, where are they? They have abandoned him and let them go. He is there suffering alone because those that he was criticizing that are supposed to come out today to stand for him were the same people that he criticized. Then why will I summon the courage to go and stand for him? I will prefer that he suffer, pay the consequences for going on AIT denigrating Biafrans. And they were clapping for him. Then I told him, I said, you, no matter what you do, you are a Biafran in the eyes of the Caliphate North. It is your shadow, you cannot run away from it. And the earlier these people understand this thing, the better for them. You try to wash yourself of IPOB, Biafran. You are Igbo. I am not IPOB. I am not a Biafran. It's just like Olise going to this. I am from a small village in Obabo. My name is Sunday Okechukwu or Ikechukwu Olise. I am not Igbo. No be juju be that. I am not evil. It's the same thing these people are doing. We have these people right across Biafra land acting as if it will be their business. The day it will happen, it will be their business. How I wish that these people will be touched, by the same people that they are trying to please. How I wish they will go for them to show them that, yes, that thing you are running away from, we know you are part of them. They showed it to P2B, yet they will not. They called P2B, no matter how you try to wash yourself off of, he said you are IPOB. Maybe that is the reason why P2B hated IPOB the way, hates IPOB the way, he does. We must continue with what we're doing. We cannot, because these 14 people that we thought that will come and stand for our people have shown their interest on going against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then we stop doing what we are doing. No, we must continue to do what we are doing. And God Almighty will be with us. And at last, shame will encircle them, and we will call them out at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Mazi Chips. Ayede.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that very contribution. Thank you so much. I was trying to pull out that video so that we can be able to get into it, but before the end of the program, I hope I'm going to be able to pull out the video so that we can be able to look into it properly and speak on that. A lot of things have been happening and continue to happen, and we will not be silent. We will not be silent, because once you are silent,
it's either they are with us or they are not with us. You can never be neutral. Once you are neutral, you are not doing anything. You are against, which means you can shift your side and your support. For people who are neutral in their nature, you can shift your support, whether it goes wrong or it goes right. You are waiting for something to go right before you now join, or you are waiting for something to go wrong before you will now run away to the other side. That is your neutrality, and you are not for us. If you is either you are of Satan or you are of God. If you are of God, you know that you are upholding the truth. And what is the truth here? The truth is that Biafrans are being tortured. Biafrans' lives do not matter. The benefits that the Biafrans are supposed to get from their land is no longer has been taken away from them. They cannot be called into political arena of the zoo. They have been, chased away. They are the third class or fourth class citizens, one of the major ethnic group in that country. And you will come out here, you tell me that you are neutral. It's either you are in or you are out. And if you are in, glory be to God. If you are out, glory be to God, we know your position already. But if you are neutral, you are worse than Judas Iscariot. That is how I am going to tell them. Thank you.
Definitely, my brother. There's nothing like being neutral. We do not accept anybody sitting on the fence. It is either you are in or you're out. It's either you are with us or you're against us. There's nothing like being neutral. Anybody that stands on the fence, they are the worst. They are even the worst. They are the worst people you can deal with. They are the worst enemies. Those people who cannot make their stance known. They are the worst set of people that we must be very, very careful with, because they are the people who are making sure that we do not make progress in anything we are doing. They are the people who are creating the distraction and making some people feel that there is nothing happening while something is happening. They are the same people who will promote the so-called One Nigeria, even when they know that the One Nigeria has nothing to offer to them. So these people who come to play neutral are not part of us.
Is it not the neutral people that is telling you that the army of Dr. NgoziOrabueze is fighting against the Biafra Liberation Army? And they say they are neutral, they're not for KK, they're not for Gekren, they're not for Dr. NgoziOrabueze. But they know the one that is army of NgoziOrabueze fighting against the Liberation Army. And they told you that they are neutral. So these are the kind of people that you talk about, their neutralism or whatever you call them. Evil people everywhere.
Exactly. Those are the kind of language you hear from them. They are the most dangerous people you can be able to deal with in this very struggle. In the case of our enemies, we know them. When we see them, we know what they're up to, we know what their mission is, and they know us. So they stay away from us and we stay away from them. For those ones who are neutral, they will be busy looking for fault. They are the ones that will tell you all the fault that you have in the restoration of Biafra. They are the one that will tell you that you don't know how to do it, you're not doing it well. They are the one that will come and give you the conspiracy theory of how our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu failed. Mazen Nandekano failed. Mazen Simon Ekpa failed. Why do you think you can do it? They are the one that will come and give you the history of Biafra on the negative side. These people are the most dangerous people you can ever deal with. So when you see somebody who claims to be neutral, you have to know that you have a very strong enemy beside you. These are the most dangerous people, and these are the people this topic is all about. Justice consists not in being neutral. And these are the people that will come and preach justice for you. They will so much talk about justice. You see them when you want to engage them in discussion, they will start with a word like, "We are all Biafrans," and they will tell you, "You think you like this Biafra more than I do." These are the kind of language you hear from them. Before they start with it, they will first of all tell you that we are all Biafrans, and they will tell you nobody is more Biafra than the other. And the next thing, they will ask you, "You think you love this Biafra more than I do?" And they will now go ahead to tell you how wonderful Mazen Nandekano was. These are the people that you have to be aware of. They will preach justice so much that you don't think that I know that Biafrans need justice. I know that they are marginalized, but not only them. We are all in this together. It is all about us. We are all Biafrans. Biafra is a thing of the mind. These are the kind of language you hear from them. Once you see them come in that manner, just watch. Be careful. You are in a very dangerous zone. You are in a very dangerous zone. Once they come in that manner, that is where they start. They woe you, they woe you, they woe you. And when they come in the land, they now enter you and tell you that Mazi Simon Ekpa was so violent. Mazi Simon Ekpa was making everything look like terrorism. Mazi Simon Ekpa was too extreme. Why is it that every time you people talk about this, don't mention Fulani, don't talk about them? This thing is facing everybody. And they now come into justice. We all need justice. Justice has to come to everyone. We all need justice. You have to be very, very careful when you meet this set of people. They don't mean well for you. And they are very much available. More especially among us, Biafrans. There are many of them among us, Biafrans. Some of them, if you want to catch them, there are some of them, when you go to their platform, you cannot see them post anything that has to do with the Biafran people. They will not post anything that has to do with the atrocities of the government of Nigeria in their own area. I'm not telling you to post my own area. Don't post my own. In your own state, in your own local government, they will never post that. But when you come to speech, they will speak so eloquent. And you see them in conventional media. When they sit in that conventional media, they will stay there and plan a country, a wonderful country, with their mouth. They will create a constitution with their mouth. They will judge and establish presidency that works with their mouth. They establish the House of Senate with their mouth. They will build a country and fantasize about it, dream about it, and they push it to you. And you think you're talking to a human being. When it comes to practical, when they see you trying to implement to achieve that very thing, you become their strongest enemy. They say, oh, you are taking things so serious. Why are you people taking it so personal? Is it only you? After all, everybody is in this. Why not take it gradually, gradually, gradually? These are the most dangerous set of people you can see. Even when they know that this thing they are doing is deceit, it's not going to work. Yet, they continue to push this false narrative, and people continue to buy into it. There was a video I saw that was shared in the group, and I'm going to play that video. You know, when we say Biafra is a spirit, some of us don't understand what it means. Even the people that say it much are the worst. They don't understand what it means. If you know that Biafra is a spirit, anybody that is leading this struggle and opens his mouth to speak, don't take their word for a joke. Many things that they say is not their word. Chukwu Okike Abiama put the word into them, and that word began to become real and act. And their word have effect even to people who are not Biafrans. On several occasions, during the time of Mazen Nandekan, whatever he says, within the next few minutes, it begins to happen. Mazen Simon Ekpa, whatever he says, just like joke, within the next time, begin to say, today, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, when she comes and make declaration that the Biafran government is going to do this, let's do this, some people attack it from the right side. But within the next few minutes, you see that same thing that she has said, just reprinted and presented, and you see how the thing works. When our deputy prime minister spoke about self-defense and told the Biafrans to arm themselves, that the Biafrans have the right to bear arms, passed it to law, read it out and made it open for everybody to understand, even to a layman. People fought it. Even our fellow Biafrans, they fought it. Some people begin to misinterpret it. They begin to talk about it in different directions. But within just a very short space of time, that word that she spoke began to manifest even in the zoological republic. You begin to see people begin to project that same ideology, preach it boldly without missing word. We saw the DSS man say about it. You saw Danjuma came and even went ahead to say, arm yourself with arms. Go and get the arms. Danjuma was very sure. Go and get arms. The same way the terrorists arm themselves, arm yourself. That was a straight message from Danjuma. But when the deputy prime minister passed that law, when the cabinet of Biafra passed that law and the deputy prime minister read it out, all hell broke loose. Today, she has talked about the survival whistle. She spoke about the survival whistle and explained the effect of that survival whistle, how you can use it to create awareness to save your life. When something is happening, when there is an emergency, how you can be able to unite Biafra, how you can be able to galvanize Biafrans to go after trouble when it is coming. How you can use it to call attention to yourself. It is not only by the fact that there is noise you will make so that neighbors will come and join you. And when she said it, some people took it for a joke. They don't know the effect of that. I am going to play this video. You will see the way some group of people in Biafra land resisted the terrorists while they were trying to come and attack. You will see this terrorist group that call themselves security outfit. You will see how group of Biafrans stood their ground and said, get away from here, we don't need you. When you watch that video, you will understand how that whistle is going to work. You use it to call the attention of the people in your area in case of emergency, or when there is something that is happening, or you sight danger coming from afar, whether from the terrorists in uniform or from the terrorists off uniform, you blow that whistle and the sound will be raised, the alarm will be raised. Everywhere you raise alarm, people will come out from their various homes and confront that danger. And I bet you, there is no way, it doesn't matter the amount of weapon they come with, they cannot stand the force of the people. The presence of the people alone is much more great enough to save more lives than you can ever imagine. And before my brother Mark speak, let me play that video. It's a very short video. Let me just play that video, and then we will go on to discuss.
Get away from here. Why you also?
What you just saw is the resistance of the people. If it were to be one person or two here, I bet you this security outfit that came here will take them away, and before you know it, somebody will lose his life. But you can see how the young men came out in mass and they resisted. They sent them out and they had nothing. Even with their gun, they could not make any move. They couldn't say anything and they couldn't shoot their guns. They told them to get away from the area. The only way you can galvanize this power and this pressure is by you notifying people around. Some emergency attack can come at any time. You wouldn't have the time to make your call or whatever. Just blow that whistle. Your neighbor here is, and your neighbor raise his own alarm. The next person raises the own alarm. Before you know it, the alarm will be raising everywhere. And I bet you the road will be blocked. And they will not have to take people to disappear our people anymore. Many Biafrans have disappeared. They take them away and they harvest their organs and you never hear about them again. They take some of them away, they lock them away in the north. So many people are missing. Amnesty International gave account of number of people that are missing in Biafra land. And they said that more are going to be missing. The only way we can stop it is with the power of the people. Just as you see what people are doing here. And while you are doing this, it does not stop the Liberation Army of Biafra to be in position and to know where things are going on. And I bet you, the Liberation Army of Biafra will take a proper action to send them to where they are supposed to be. But before they appear, this is what is required of every Biafran. You can see the effect of what that survival whistle can do. Go ahead, my beloved brother Max. Let's hear you.
You see, when I heard of this survival whistle self-defense, I think we discussed about it here the other time. I listened to the other group that almost betrayed Mazi Simon Ekpa at the initial stage. I don't want to mention his name here. I mentioned his name, I'm glorifying him. The one that warned Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, at the initial stage, that this Biafra, if he is not careful, that Biafra is going to consume him. I saw him, the egg breaker as well, the frontliner of the egg breaker, also said that now he was making jest of it. Oh, that you see, the deputy prime minister is now making Biafrans to be whistleblowers. I saw that video he made. That day it was live. I keyed into it, I listened, then I left. See, in the military, one of your personal equipment is a whistle. In the military, it's whistle. When you go to some of the traffic wardens, the traffic control agents, you see them also bearing whistle. Whistle is to call your attention. That's all. To make you aware that there is something going on. Whistling is to, look, it's whistleblower. Call the attention to something that you feel that is not wrong. That is that whistle. And immediately you blast that whistle, your people will be aware of what is happening to you. Like these people that went here, I watched this video. He's in Anambra, Biafra land. When the Udogachi went there, I don't know what they went there to go and do. People were doing their own thing. People were doing their own thing on their own land. It has gotten to a stage where Biafrans is at no liberty anymore to do whatever that they want to do in terms of celebration, naming ceremony, funeral rites, and so, or wedding, or whatever, any gathering whatsoever, social gathering whatsoever. You see these boys, these thugs, these Soludos who go Udogachi thugs, going and harassing them. And this particular community or village said, no, we don't need you here. So it is your responsibility to leave and go away with your guns that you are carrying. There are so many of our land in the forest and lands where the armed Fulani terrorists has taken over. You cannot go there and chase them away. You are coming into the living rooms of our people to harass them, to show them that you have the power of gun. I love what they did to them. You see, that is the reason why they say unity is strength. Just like you said, if it was a person, they could have taken the person, knock him here or here, and took him away, and then now make prescribed false allegations on that particular person. Oh, he fought us. Oh, he tried to attack us, and we caught him. They'll frame all manner of things against that particular person because they are many. Look at this group of people that are here today defending them. They virtually chased them away. The end of the day, they ran. They chased them away. That is the unity. That is the power in unity. And this is exactly what the whistle will also do for our people, to alert you of what is happening to your own brothers and sisters. It's not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. I support it, and I believe that those who behave like me who also are in total support of issuing these whistles, so that when you are in trouble, then you can alert your neighbors. That is how it is. And remember, it is in our tradition, if not now, that development is bringing us together. Igbo people, from their nature, like to live in isolation from one of each other. Igbos, if you go to my mother's village, the same thing. Not their main town, their village itself, the same thing. You will see a building here. Maybe you will walk for about 50 or 70 meters before you see another one. That is how they spread their buildings, all over the places. It is difficult for you to call such persons, but the only accessible means of getting the attention of the people is by giving them the whistle. And once they blast it, everybody will hear and they will come for their rescue. Thank you so much. That's all I have to add to that.
Thank you, my brother. Bro Greg, go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I don't know if, am I coming out clear, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because it's, I don't know if my network is from my network, I don't know. Yes, you know, 2007 or 2006, I went to Cotonou. That is my first time when I witnessed this whistle. Am I coming out, please? It's like network is break. I don't know if it's from my own.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, the first time I witnessed this whistle from the Cotonou police, that should be around 2006 in Cotonou. I went to do something in Nigeria. I went to Cotonou. So there's something that happened when their police or the army, I don't know what it is, they stopped us and they stopped us and they blow their whistle. Then some of their colleagues, before you know it, their colleagues, all of them surrendered us. I don't know if any of you have been in Cotonou or have experienced any Cotonou police or whatever. So, if any person that is standing against this idea of this whistle is people that have not gotten any experience of anything. Because my point and my problem is every time people would start attack what they don't understand and what they don't know. What you don't know and what you don't understand. The Cotonou police or military uses whistle to call their colleagues or to tell them that something is happening. So, and if this introduction comes to Biafra land, that every community where people will share, they will share the whistle, people will have those whistle, and if anything is happening in your community and somebody go and raise that alarm, this is an alarm. It calls alarm. In every companies in this Europe, they all have alarm. If something is happening and any company that is existing, whether small or big, that doesn't have alarm, because every year they would have test of alarm. Once alarm is blowing, every person will leave that compound and look for exit. That is whistle. And that is what they are bringing to the community of Biafra land. Where there will be big whistle is an alarm, danger, is a sign. It might not be the person that is direct, might be his neighbor who knows that something is happening and he will blow that whistle. And once he blow it in any community, in any neighborhood, they will know that there is danger, something bad is happening. And every person will be an alert, and to look where is that thing coming from, what is happening in this my community. We want to know what is going on, what is happening to this family, what is happening to these people, what is happening on this street. That is a notification of what is coming up. There is an alarm shows that danger or whatever is within the area. So any person that is attacking it, that person is evil. Because people don't understand. They attack what they don't understand and what they don't know. So this introduction of this whistle in every street, in every community where people will have it, when they sense danger, you blow that whistle, your neighbor will know, where did I blow that whistle? They will start looking around, what is going on? And when the criminal that came there to act know that someone has blown a whistle, he will know there is a danger for him in that particular place. He will leave. He will leave because he will know, oh, people is aware that something is happening here. That neighbors will be peeping to see what is happening. There going to be a witness. When people start attacking what don't understand, that shows the level of wisdom and the level of exposure. So that is what we are suffering. When they introduce what they don't know, and because They don't even have the idea. You want to be a leader, but your brain and your knowledge cannot tell you what you're supposed to be, what as a leader supposed to be doing, but you want to be in position. Tell me all this why they want to be in position. Can you tell me one single idea of what's supposed to be done that they have bring out and bring it to the Biafrans? Not even one. Not even one idea. The only thing is bring money. The men on the ground need 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 money. That is the only weird. And where your vision is, where anywhere, where your vision reach, that is the only way you can act. You cannot go more than your vision. You cannot expand more than your vision in anything you are doing in life. It's not possible. So when you don't have a vision, you cannot lead people. You cannot direct the blind. You cannot lead the blind. That is the perfect truth. So any person that is attacking this idea of to introduce this whistle to every Biafra street and every Biafrans, that they will have this whistle, when anything is happening, the whistle will be blown. They will know who are those people, who sent them, what they have they come to do in this community, what is happening, who are the people, what kind of person, what is happening, why do you want to arrest this person, what have he committed? That is the excess of that wisdom. The only thing some of them lack is wisdom, and they have not been to anywhere, they have not gone to any place, they have not experienced anything, and they will be attacking and fighting what they don't understand. So it is a good idea. So any person that is attacking it, that person is blind. There is no other thing to qualify that person than blindness, and he cannot act or go more than beyond, or he cannot go more than his vision. So he can only act within his wisdom and within the vision he have ever experienced, and that is the only thing. So the higher his wisdom is, the higher what he can act. So if he doesn't have the vision or the wisdom, he cannot go beyond that. So that is my text. Any person that is fighting it, that person is stupid. Is a good thing to introduce our place, because we are in danger in this present time. Biafra is in a war. Biafra is in a danger time. So there must be something that will be produced to our people that will raise their consciousness in time of danger, that everybody will know there is danger and how can we come out of it. It is a good thing. They should carry it on without looking to all those people, all those full of never do well people who cannot think from their own side, instead somebody think for them. Only where their prime minister reach, that is the only where they think they can reach.
Biafra
That is the only where the
has
level
called on the European Union and the United States.
Life. Thank you. Yes. Unmute yourself, please.
There is something I would like to add to what Mazi Craig said, Mazi Juice.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, if not that civilization has come in, setting in the 80s, as I remember, I think, in the 80s, while we were growing up in Aba, especially my mother's village, when we go to the village, there is, when a pregnant woman delivers a child, there is a particular shout that the family will shout. And every woman, which signifies that, oh, somebody has given birth to that compound. And people will start coming to rejoice in that thing. They call it, if they want to say, oh, lo, lilo, oh, 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 oh. Once the villagers hear this, they will know that, yes, somebody has given birth, and they start marching to that place to celebrate. And there is one also that is meant for calling out when some kind of things started happening. They call it Igbo Opi. Igbo Opi. Igbo Opi. These are the people, what our people were using to alert, their own people in those days. And now the whistle has come in and we are adopting this whistle. Yes, we are adopting the whistle simply because our land is under occupation. Our land is under occupation. We cannot carry arms anyhow defending our land. We have to secure our land first before anything. So that is the reason why we are trying to devise means to make sure that we keep our people alert. As simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have spoken well, my beloved brother Max. In that very line of thought, we know that in those days we have many means of passing information. Some people use ogene, what they call ogene. Some people use the other one they call ekpe, the wooden one. Some people use horn. All these are to create alert, pass information. So for some idiots, for all of a sudden, because it is Biafran government that is saying it, now they want to make jest of it and make it as if it's something of a joke. But at the same time, we know what it is. Now we
when we are growing up, that is called we are called a kind of, most of people, there's something in the community, mostly the person will climb on the tree. Maybe he will go on that tree, he will start saying what is, something is happening here, or something is happening here, and the villagers will hear it, and most of them will come out. Or they will go to in a center community, they will knock that they will know something is wrong and something is happening. Villagers will start coming out. So those things have been our tradition. So any person that is going against this is a fool. That is only what I can tell you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. So let us hear this update that is coming from their conventional media. Sometimes when we say things, people don't believe it until when they hear from their media. There are some of us, even Biafrans, they prefer getting their information from their conventional media than what we say. That is why most of the things we say here, when we speak, we say, go and verify. Many of the things that we say here, we say them before you know it, the conventional media will pick on it and they begin to talk about it. But the people don't see value in it when we are talking. Not until when they hear from the conventional media. So there are certain things that are unfolding, both on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. And let us hear the update that is coming from their media, what they are saying. Let us hear so that we can pick some discussion from it.
Biafra Nnamdi Kanu has called on the European Union and the United States to conduct an impartial investigation into alleged state-sponsored insecurity in the southeast. He lamented over the deliberate efforts to falsely link IPOB members to fabricate raids in Imo and Anambra State. He expressed his grievances during a meeting with his legal team to address the Nigerian government's alleged attempts to manipulate public opinion ahead of his trial on April 29, 2025. Now, this was via a post by Aloy Ejimako. Kanu described these raids as state-sponsored tactics to deflect attention from global campaigns for his release. All right. So he says that Nnamdi Kanu met with his legal team. This is a statement released by Aloy Ejimako. He released a statement from his legal team addressing the Nigerian government's alleged attempts to manipulate public opinion ahead of his trial on April 29, and he highlighted concerns over deliberate efforts linking IPOB to fabricated raids in Imo and Anambra State, describing these as state-sponsored tactics to deflect attention from global campaigns for his release. A lot of people have been campaigning for his release lately, and they're saying that what the recent upsurge of insecurity, remember just 2 days ago, we heard that they raided some hideouts. The police said they raided some hideouts and that they were able to apprehend some IPOB members. They got some weapons from them and cache of arms from them. That's what they told us, that those individuals were IPOB members based on their raid. And this month, Nnamdi Kanu is appearing in court. So the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu is saying, or rather, Nnamdi Kanu through his legal team is saying that this is deliberate, is a fabrication dedicated attempt to ensure that whatever it is that may recall when he appears may not necessarily work out. But well, I think the rule of law needs to apply now, because this time around, I don't know what other excuse that would allow for him to continue to remain in custody.
So you have heard what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. He said through his lawyer. And this is what the Nigerian government have been doing before now. Always organizing a flag of operation to indict Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. While Mazen Simon Ekpa was around, the propaganda was that it was Mazen Simon Ekpa that was doing certain things, that anytime Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, that Mazen Simon Ekpa will carry out some operations to make sure that he's been indicted. But today, you can hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu by him own self speaking about this same matter just some few days ago. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, either on the, I think on the by next week, he's going to court. They have now started planning their flag of operation. They went and they raided a place, and they said that that place is IPOB members. How they conclude to those people to be ESN or IPOB members, I don't know. And we have said it time and time again that there is nothing like ESN anywhere. There is no camp for ESN. There is nothing like ESN anywhere. What we have today is Liberation Army. And each time Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go to court, they will always fabricate this flag of operation to change public opinion on the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They know that already today, if you go to Nigerian media or international media, the whole opinion of the masses is on the side of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for his release. People are calling for his release from all parts of the world, from all parts of Nigeria, including the northern part of Nigeria, the southwest, the southeast, and everybody. They are all calling for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And you see what they do. Whenever he's going to appear on court, they will try to organize a flag of operation to change the narrative, to change the public opinion, so that people will begin to think twice about the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Just like you see the senators doing their own in the House of Senate. I'm trying to get that video. I've not been able to get it out. I'll play so that you see the senators doing their own in the House of Senate, refusing the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Why the government itself is planning flag of operation, claiming that those people are IPOB when there are no evidence to show that they are IPOB. They conclude that they have raided a place is an IPOB member, and all this is targeted to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself knows. That is why he has issued this statement through his own lawyer. This is the same thing Mazen Simon Ekpa have been hammering all the time while he was with us. Each time he's going to court, they will do this thing. And during that time, you see the funniest thing that during that time, fellow Biafrans, these IPOB people, these DOS people, they will now channel those flag of operation and say it is Mazen Simon Ekpa. They have accused Mazen Simon Ekpa on several occasions that whenever Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, that Mazen Simon Ekpa will act something. They have said it on several of their videos. Today, it is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself speaking through his own lawyer, saying that the federal government of Nigeria is planning flag of operation to indict him. And they are doing it to change public opinion to be on their side. They didn't start it today. But eventually, all this while, it had been Mazen Simon Ekpa that was facing this squarely. But today, Mazen Simon Ekpa is not here. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has spoken through his lawyer. And you can see it in their conventional media where they are talking about it. These are the things that have made us to redeclare Biafra and get out of the zoological republic, because that country remains a terrorist country, a terrorist government, until it is disintegrated and people go their separate ways. It is a fact, a verifiable fact. And when we say it, go and verify. It is not a propaganda or blackmail. My brother Maxwell, I want you to speak on this before I continue to play the video. Let's speak on this 2 minutes and then we proceed.
Okay. My take on this is this. There is nobody. What our people say that the Igbo peoples had an adage that says, "Onye mama, amekwa ka ọ lụọ nwa nwanyị." The person I know too well, and his character will not be allowed to marry my daughter. That is how Nigeria is. Nigeria, when they are looking for excuses or things to tie you with, they don't get the fabricate one. In Liberia, they tried to get at Charles Taylor. They couldn't get. They fabricated one. LPC. In Biafra land, they tried to get something to tie Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa to the atrocities that they are fomenting in southeast part of Biafra. They don't get. They write one for themselves. They script. They always script something for themselves. If you remember, there was a time they arrested a young man. They said is IPOB or ESN. After they were interviewing him, their script they wrote for the boy, went wrong. The boy was telling them when he was enlisted into the ESN. And at that time, ESN was not what my people. You see, when you are fighting, Nigeria is predictable. You can.
I remember that video. I remember that video when the guy was confessing when he joined EMSL. And meanwhile, when he joined ESN has never been formed then.
You see, man, this Simon Ekpa came out and analyzed that video. These are evidences to prove to you that whatever that is going on in Biafra land in terms of insecurity, Nigerian government is 80–90% of it. They are. I do not know whether you people have read. I spoke about it in many platforms, including your platform here. Inter-society organization published by Sahara Reporters that 80% of insecurity in Southeast is caused by the government of Nigeria under, by the armed Fulani headers, terrorists, under the supervision of the Nigerian government. How do you now come and tell me that Biafrans, agitators that are fighting for their own country and their freedom, will come? Even I was in a space when someone who is in abroad was making confession what the brother, an eyewitness, said about the enforcement of sit at home. Enforcement of sit at home. That his brother came out on Monday. Whether he was going to school at Futo, Federal University of Technology, or something like that. A police officer stopped him and collected, is it 30 or 50,000 naira from him, asking him, don't you know that today is sit at home? A police officer, Nigerian police officer. The boy has to give the money to the police officer. Do not give, now then you will see what is going to happen to you. They will tag you a terrorist and send you to a camp. You might not even survive. The brother has to send another money to him. This is what the man said on Space. I was on that platform with that guy. And he is one of those people that were against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That day, this man vomited, licked his vomit in the past. Yes, he licked his vomit in the past. So how do you want to tell me that these people will suddenly become, saints? They will find anything when they look where there is. They are doing what we call forum shopping. In the legal, they are not, I'm not a lawyer, but I had so many of them interacted with so many lawyers. They are doing what they call forum shopping. They are looking for something just to hold it to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is what is happening. This is what your people have done. But they will fail. Just like they've been failing, they will continue to fail. So there is nothing these people will do in order to, to implicate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or someone. They were blaming Simon Ekpa of insecurity in Southeast, part of Biafra. When Simon Ekpa was isolated or detained by the Finnish government, who are also dancing to the drum beating by the United Kingdom and their allies that has economic interest in Biafra land. What happened? Has this security stopped? Has this security stopped, Massachusetts?
For where?
Is it not ongoing? Even when Simon and Nnamdi Kanu was there, our forests were not occupied. They chased them out with the security outfit that Nnamdi Kanu unveiled at that time. What is happening today in Ehuamufu? What is happening in most of the the villages in Enugu State? What is happening? Is it Simon Ekpa boys? Is it Nnamdi Kanu boys? Is it who that is doing it now? Who are they going to blame after you've arrested the kingpins according to them? Who are you now going to blame that is carrying out those attacks on our land against our people, raping, buying, and so on and so forth, chasing them and forcing them into IDP camps? Who is going to blame them? Don't you have sense? These people doesn't have sense. These people are just so vacuous. They have nothing in their brain. They cannot reason. That rational thinking is no longer in their mind. It's no longer in their brain. They can't reason. They can't reason. You empowered a militant and what, how do I call it? A militant. A militant is fighting alongside you, a hater of the Igbo people, Igbo-speaking Biafrans. Asari Dokubo, the pig in the creek. He came out and confessed. He made it open on live broadcast that they are doing so and so things in so places. You kept quiet. But the only thing you do is to come and attack IPOB, attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, attack Simon Ekpa, and people like us that are supporting the cause for the freedom, which is not even a crime, even in your own idiotic constitution. Every day you are looking for means to implicate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You find you will not get it. The more you try, the more you lose. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out. He started it. I do not know the spirit that led him, but that same spirit that gave him that yam in the thick forest will also give him the yam, the stick or the stick in the bush to dig it out. That is all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you, my beloved brother Max. Thank you so much. Brother Gerg, take your 2 minutes and speak on this.
Yeah, Mazi, these people, the point there is they know the truth. Both the media in Nigeria and every citizen of Nigeria know the truth. So what the Nigerian government is doing is creating a kind of criminal situation to criminalize any person they are dealing anything with. So what they are trying to do is to criminalize Nnamdi Kanu, criminalize Simon Ekpa. Any person that is an opposition, they criminalize that person to jail him or to kill him. So I wish that the Aloy Ejimako and the Nnamdi Kanu team will follow up this very petition, this very request that Nnamdi Kanu made, for them to write to the international community, the Europe, the Asian, the Americans. Let them come, let there be private investigation into this very thing that is happening in Nigeria. Because let me use just only 1 or 2 examples. The so-called Ikenga Imo, during the time of election, when his house was attacked, house burned, cars burned, killed many people, and there was a security camera in that house that caught those people. What did the government of Nigeria did? Nothing. The people that went that operation, the camera showed them vividly. Nothing happens to those people. Who sent those people? Is it Simon Ekpa or is it what do you call him? Nnamdi Kanu. Which problem did Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa have with Ikenga Imo? If not the Nigerian government, they send those people to that and kill those people and burn cars and house in his compound. So that's number one. Number two, when they got a lot of criminals and testify, what happens to them and who sent them? As Simon Ekpa raised this alarm, and the Nigerian national television carried those people, and the people they call them that they send them and who they are working for. What did the Nigerian government? Did the Nigerian government look for those people? Did Nigerian government look for those people? The answer is no. That to show you they know what they're doing. When Simon Ekpa raised alarm and tell Governor Soludo that somebody who is in his cabinet was kidnapped, and through the investigation, this is what we found out. Let Soludo go and do what? Investigate. And this is the money that person paid, and this is what happened. This is what happened. Did the Soludo government do or the government do anything? The answer is no. So this very thing that our leader Nazikano raised, I want the lawyers, both the international and the local, to follow it up. Let the Europeans and the Americans come and investigate what is happening in Nigeria, so that they will understand what is happening. Because when they pursue you, they criminalize you, they just give you one accusation, they cannot come out of it. And they just use it and kill you. That has been the system of Nigeria since I knew them with that system since I was baby till this day. So, except the international community sit up, this one that they are holding our leader, the Finland, should let the Finland and our government, please, let them, this Finland as well, let push Finland, let the Finland spearhead this investigation. Because this investigation will help them as well to know what is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land before they will come out for any judgment against our PM. Let there be a thorough investigation of what has been happening in Biafra land since 2009. Since 2009. Because when I say since 2009, it was 2008 or thereabout, 2007, 2008, that Boko Haram were coming out gradually, and there was, I know, many people might not agree with Mbaga, but 2007, I went to Nigeria and I bought one of his stock. He called on Yaradua that this Boko Haram that they are seeing, time is coming. He foresee that time is coming. He said it in 2007. I brought that CD here. I came Germany with that CD when that Boko Haram was coming. So it was one Yoruba guy that took that CD from me. And when they played, he give it to another person. From there, I didn't see that CD again. He warned them that this Boko Haram of a thing is that it's a time that it will be in every village. That they should not take it as a joke. That this terrorism will be like canker worm in Nigeria. That he gave that message in 2007. That time they were still bombing one UN house in Nigeria or one market. He gave them that message and said them this is what is coming, but nobody took it. So let them start this investigation from that time when they started going to seminars to kidnap in East, in Enugu, in any part of Eastern land before all these problems of insecurity started in our place. Let that investigation start from back 2008 to this present day. That is what I would suggest to the international community and those that are real people that care for human rights. Thank you, Maz.
Thank you so much.
Let me just add to what Mazi Chiefs permit me to say this. See, the international community, they know what is going on. The United Nations Human Rights Commission, they know what is going on. How many reports have they not been written? Is the international community not seeing them? Or are they not part of the international community? The inter-society organization that gave the report that 80 to 80-something% of insecurity in southeast part of Biafra land is caused by armed terrorists. Have they not seen it? Which other investigation do they want to see? These people decide which one to take and which one not to take. That is who they are. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it before, that Nigeria has everything within their means to bribe even the unbribables. They have the resources. And where are the resources coming from? From the Biafran land. They will use it to fight and bribe whosoever that is bribable. The diplomatic missions and the communities in Nigeria, are they not seeing it? Is there anything? See, these diplomatic societies in Nigeria will see more than what you and I will see, because they are preview to most of the security things that are happening in Nigeria. Most of these things that you see, when they will sit in America and begin to tell the former general, I don't know, the United States, that said, that made an exposure that these people are moving southwest of Nigeria. South of Nigeria. The armed terrorists are moving south of Nigeria. Is it today? That was, I think, around before Goodluck Jonathan, or within the Goodluck Jonathan's administration. The military general, Simon Ekpa, used it for analysis as well. I think, I think so. They issued a report. Are they not seeing those reports? Which other report are they? These people have chosen to keep quiet and allow this thing to happen. What is happening on the eve of Christmas, before the Pope died? Was it not all over the places? People that were going to celebrate Easter, on the eve of Easter, look at what they did to them in Bauchi. Drove truck into a church where procession was going on. Are they not seeing it? Do you want to tell me that they are blind to all this atrocity that is happening in that place by these extremists? Which other one are they going to see? They chose to see what they want to see. That is the thing. They are adamant of what is going on in that country, simply because some of them, majority of them, are also compromised. If they are not compromised, by now, Nigeria will be hearing it hot. Is it not the same United Nations? What human rights wing that gave them ultimatum to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? After the expiration of that instruction, what happened? Toothless bulldogs. They keep quiet. They choose to listen to what they want to listen. And this is the reason why we cannot keep our eggs in this same basket, because they are accomplices of the evil that are going on in our land. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's proceed and get this. I think the other part of the news is the update on the case of our Prime Minister, this Simon Ekpa. They have pushed different kinds of propaganda and blackmail, but finally they have come to their senses when they see that the blackmail cannot fly. The same media that was helping them to promote that blackmail, they are now giving another version. So let's hear the version they're giving.
Meanwhile, in a very recent development, I'm sure you guys heard that Simon Ekpa, right, that the Finnish court has approved for his extradition to Nigeria on July 12th. And a lot of Nigerians wondered that what precisely could that be, or why would they eventually extradite him? Why would that process be, considering the fact that it may result or turn out to be what transpired during the initial time that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria, that it could actually exacerbate insecurity in the southeast. Well, let's just say, for example, that his lawyer has come out to say that the Finnish court did not approve anything, that these are all lies from the federal government. So, you know that on Tuesday we saw the story across social media platforms and even some news channels. The judgment was said to have been delivered at the Pajat Haim District Court in Lati on April 18, 2025. The post was widely shared on X, formerly Twitter, Facebook and TikTok. The viral post was accompanied by an AI-generated picture showing Ekpa in an attire that appears to be from a prison uniform. So, popular blog sites published it. Reno Mokri, former presidential aide, referenced the viral post on Ekpa, and a couple of news channels actually talked about it. So, on Wednesday, a newspaper published a picture for its front page for Wednesday's edition. The picture shows that the viral post on the purported approval of Ekpa's extradition by a Finnish court was a cover story of a newspaper edition. Other versions of the viral post have also been archived. Now, we know that Ekpa was arrested in Finland on November 21, 2024 by law enforcement agents over alleged terrorism. He was subsequently sent to prison by the District Court of Päijät-Häme for spreading terrorist propaganda on social media. And Ekpa was said to have committed the crime in 2021 in Lati municipality. He is accused of instigating violence and inciting terror in the southeast of Nigeria through his social media pages. So, obviously, Nigerian authorities have been demanding the extradition of Ekpa, a dual citizen of Finland and Nigeria, for prosecution. However, the effort has not yielded any result right about now. So, the senior detective superintendent of the National Bureau of Investigation in Finland disclosed that a Finnish district court fixed May 25 for the prosecution to file charges against Ekpa. Subsequently, Laaksonen said Ekpa would remain in custody until his trial, since the alleged offense was not bailable. Recently, Carl Gummerus, Ekpa's new lawyer, said Ekpa will appear in court in June 2025 to face trial. So, based on what a couple of investigative platforms did, Nigerian authorities had indicated their intention to seek Ekpa's extradition. It remains unclear whether a formal request has been submitted to Finnish authorities or when extradition proceedings might begin in court. But when, online platforms, specifically the cable, contacted Gumeras via email, he said no court in Finland has taken such a decision. He says, I can confirm to you, this is Simon Ekpa's lawyer, I can confirm to you that no decision has been taken in Finland. I have no information on the matter, so no such decision could have been taken. I wonder who is spreading such information. That was what the Finnish lawyer of Simon Ekpa said. So, who brought up this information? Is this the federal government? Is this a deliberate attempt to possibly make it seem like they have control of that situation? Because I remember speaking about this 3 days ago, and I said, seriously, you've been able to perform and utilize your intelligence to ensure that this man is extradited to the country, but you've not been able to use that same intelligence and effort to eradicate Boko Haram and insurgency occurring in several states across the federation. So a lot of Nigerians were wondering, what is your priority as security agencies? The National Intelligence Agency, the DSS, the SSS, all investigation bureau, if this was your priority and you could actually put every resource together to ensure this happens. Well, as it stands now, the lawyer to Simon Ekpa has told us that that's not what it is, that it is not true. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Thursday, April.
You have now had it. For some of them who don't believe it when we say it. That is why sometimes I don't respond to some messages or some comments that they write, that we gather some things that are just unbelievable. And even when you hear the charges of Master Simon Ekpa is 20 to 21. As of 2021, Master Simon Ekpa is not even active the way he was lately.
Master Chooks, just hold your thought. Let me correct something that this woman said here. I don't know whether you recognize the mistake. See, when someone is detained, he is detained in a place they called holding facility. It's not prison.
Yeah, I was coming to that actually when you mentioned prison. You know, they always like to use words carelessly.
A holding, that is what they call
prison somebody when the person have not even, the case has not been held, they have not sentenced the person.
It has not been held, so why would he be sent to prison?
They like
it's
to use
a holding facility. That is where good. So these people, I do not know how they coin their things. Some of these terms, we that has limited, this will tell them this. You are in a place that you are in a withholding facility. That is where you are. In Nigeria, they call it awaiting trial. It is only prison when you have been sentenced.
Exactly.
Or your case is being tried and adjourned. He's been crying. You see, the case is been that they will send you to a prison facility. In fact, that one is also called a withholding facility until you are sentenced.
It's only after sentence you can be able to use that term, prison. Only after sentence you can use it. Without any sentence on somebody, not
that's all. These people will come here and begin to mislead people with these terminologies and so. If someone that doesn't know here, someone has been in prison, This is the kind of information that and these are Igbo-speaking Biafrans that are doing all these things. You say you don't know the blogger. Who is the blogger? Are you not reading from the blogger's page? Is she not reading from the blogger's page? You say you doesn't know the place. Why can't you see it? You can't even name the blogger that is propagating this demonic, information to the people, for the public to consume. Evil people. Evil. Of course,
we know it's government sponsor. They want to create a narrative to distract the Biafran people to engage in emotional blackmail on the Biafran. That is what they wanted to do, and that's all. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your wonderful contribution. And for those who are doubtful, who are so troubled, who can't be able to control their emotions, I believe that some of you will be much more relaxed now. And as we go forward, I think, let me see if I can be able to play the video of that, what was happening in the Senate. And let's hear them out and let the Biafrans hear in the room. Now, sometimes when we say certain things and we don't bring evidence, the people we are up against, they are too many and they have words. So let us just listen.
Biafra Nnamdi Kanu has called on the European Union and the United States to conduct an...
Let me try and fetch it out. Let me try and fetch that video out and play it so that we can be able to... Biafrans will hear that very discussion. Let me see if I can be able to lay my hand on that video. Before then, I think I have another video here I want to share. Before then, let us listen to this. As they are very busy talking about the Biafran people and distracting, some of us tend to forget events that happened in the past. And our duty here is to continue to revise that event. Revise it. For the people that are not, there are people that just started paying attention yesterday. There are people that just started following this struggle yesterday. And there are people that are just coming in. And there are people that are still going to come in. So as we are on the time of recognition and telling the world what is happening, for those of them who are thinking that Mazi Simon Ekpa just stood up and begin to talk, or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu just stood up and begin to make trouble, I want you to know, when we come out and we say Nigerian government is a terrorist government, it is not a blackmail, not a propaganda, and we are not just saying it to destroy their name or to make them look bad. It is a fact. And when we say it, we provide evidence and we tell you to go and verify. I am going to present one of the facts to show you how Nigerian government is sponsoring the terrorists in Nigeria, bringing them in, giving them a safe haven, and protecting them at the same time. I want you to pay attention to this video. You will see how Nigerian government is giving the Fulani terrorists residential permit and allow them to live in the barrack and protect them. Residential permit also allow them to live in the barrack and protect them. Pay attention to this video.
Planned it. These terrorists, they said they came from border. As we listen to one governor or government official from the north who says that these people the people they have encountered and their victims say that they never speak Nigerian language. Now, look at this is how they have facilitated them. As T.Y. Danjuma said, this is ID card given to a Fulani, given to terrorists, and they call it Fulani residential permit. All these people are living in barracks. They operate from barracks. I will keep presenting this picture. This one was caught, picked in Isukwato, Abia State. This one was given this thing, these terrorists, they were given this thing, those that kidnapped Primate Uche. These are part of them. They were given this thing by Nigerian Army or Hafia, 14th Brigade or Hafia. It is called Fulani Residential Permit. This is a residential permit to terrorists. Residential permit to terrorists. If other region travel to north, they will pay house rent. They don't go to barrack and seek for residential permit. But Fulani, nobody can gain from them. They will forcibly take your land, occupy your land, kill your citizens if they ask them why. While these people are also operating from barrack, they come from barrack. A national security advisor will tell you that you should not pay ransom because they knew that after 1 month the person might have died because they're under torture. They knew how their discussion with the terrorists. If since how many years we have been presenting this very picture and these people have not been questioned, do you know how many of them in Yoruba land? If you see them, they may even give them military uniform. They are above the law.
Did you hear what the guy said? This ID card now was issued by military. He gave it to Fulani. And these Fulanis, they stay in the barracks. Understand? And those are the herdsmen, they operate from the barrack. That's what he's trying to tell you. All those Fulani who didn't allow me to enter Nigeria, they say, hey, Fulani all over Africa should enter Nigeria freely. May they no check them. Even if you enter through airport, just pass. You people heard it. Thousands of.
You saw it. This ID card you are seeing was issued to one of the persons that was captured as a terrorist. Among those that kidnapped that very prelate. You remember the story of the prelate they kidnapped that came and gave information that paid 100 million. This is one of them. This ID card was found in one of those who were captured, who was part of that very kidnap. With an ID ad issued by the federal government of Nigeria, permanent residence. And for you to understand the connection of this ID card to the military, I will go further to give you the backside of this ID card. You will see what they wrote in that place so that you will understand it properly. Because sometimes if we don't present this thing the way it should be, some of us might get confused. Or people who are watching will say, oh, how did you know is issued in the barrack? How did you know that it is the federal government? I want to give you the other side of the ID card so that you can see it very, very clearly. And now you judge for yourself. This is the ID card. It was snapped in this form so that you can see clearly the name of the person involved there. And look at the other back side of the ID card. Let me show you what was written, what is written on that very place. This is the back side of the ID card. And I will try to read out what is written on that ID card, that back side that you are seeing, so that you can see it very, very clearly. It says, this tag is the property of Headquarter 14 Brigade Nigerian Army. If found, please return to 14 MIR. Good luck, Ebele Jonathan. Valid for Good luck, Jonathan Barak only. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? You see, when we are talking about the involvement of Nigerian government
in Nigeria, thousands of them
in Nigeria,
Please.
Don't understand it. People do not understand it. But there are numerous evidence to show that the government of Nigeria is sponsoring the insecurity and the terrorism in Nigeria. Go ahead.
Please.
Great.
Please, this ID card, is it identifying them as a military or they define them as what?
It is written residential permit. Residential permit. They are residents. Any place they go, they are residents, but they live in the barracks.
Residential permit, but these people live in barracks.
They live in barracks. That is where they are covered. From barrack, they go the operation and come back. Any place you find them, you will see this. They present this as their residential permit.
I don't know if it were in this your program or Obi-Wan program that I've explained that my findings in Nigeria early 2000 something. I was in Nigeria. I started noticing that some of these Fulanis that are doing all these things are wearing army uniform and they live in the barrack. I don't know if I have said it here or I don't know the program where I have said something like that. These people live in the barracks. I've been saying it. These people live in the barracks. These people wear army uniform. I want to tell you one story of my experience again in Nigeria. 2010 or when? Should be 2010 or 2011. We are traveling from Lagos. I and my wife were traveling from Lagos. Only two of us. We left very late. We left on the charter about something 5 or to 5, going back to Lagos. So when we get to around something 7:30 to 8, it's already Dunko. But this Yoruba land, this Ijabode, people were wearing complete police uniform and with police this Toyota Hilux. They stopped on the checking point, all these things. So when they stopped, we were thinking that they were actually police. Immediately when they stopped, I stopped. What I noticed is that other people come out from inside the bush. They say, surrender your key, your dash, come out from the car. I just come down from the car. They take all the rings, all the chain, all the everything, go to the boot, take everything. Then under 5 minutes, they all disappeared. The police vehicle was still there. It was still there, and all these things. So we just, when they left, everywhere just become calm. There was no vehicle coming again from the front. No one coming from the back. So when they say, now that 5 minutes, they finish whatever they want to do. Then they say, they say, enter bush, all of them. And I was trying to get up to run into bush. I was thinking they were telling me, they say, if you move, I shoot you. Come back. I bent down again. So he was commanding his fellows, they should enter bush. So when they enter bush, I just get up, I said and everything. Thank God, the key, that key was only single key. No hook, no nothing. I had the key. And all these things, it was still in my hand. I don't know. And there was no light. So the key was still in my hand. I opened my hand. I found out the key was still with me. We just entered the car. We drove. We drove about, let's say, about 2 or 3 kilometers. We saw police. Police were stopping outside. I was telling them that we are robbed here about 3 kilometers from here. And those people were wearing police uniform. And they took everything. They know what police told me. Are you the first person that they have robbed? Are you the first person? Because I was trying to explain to them I don't have anything to give to them because we were robbed about not up to 20 minutes ago. From those people were wearing police uniform. They told me that I was not the first person that they have robbed before.
You are not the first person that will be robbed.
Yeah. So these people, these Fulanis, they act. When they have security. Their own security is the military in Nigeria, both in the east, both in the south, both in every part of the country where they are operating. They are living in the barrack. And the one thing that will continue the corruption in Africa, if Biafra come tomorrow, by God's tomorrow, we secure our land and we'll have a land. No single police, no single army will live in the barrack. You must live as every other person live in a private home. Barrack will only be offices and a training place. Nothing like somebody living in a barrack. That barrack have destroyed that country totally. That is the number one thing. If you are a military, when you close from your office, from work, you go back to your private house. You will live with another person, rent apartment, live there. The money they will pay you will sustain you to pay for your apartment. And living in barrack have caused a lot of criminality in Nigeria. The children they train in barrack mix with criminals because these kind of people, they go back to the army barrack and they will be living with innocent children, destroying those innocent children. That is number one thing people do. So when you see people that trained in the barrack, most of them turn to criminals. So one thing Biafra will do is when we secure our land and we are fully in control of our Biafra land, no single police, no single army, there will be nothing like living in the barrack. If you are the police, when you close work, you go back home, you mix with every other civilian, and that will bring. If the police is a criminal, his neighbors will know. If neighbor is a criminal, the police living in there will know. Because now where we living, where I'm living, there is a policeman. We didn't even know. For more than 2 years, we didn't know that there was a policeman that was living in this place. If you come out in the street, you will not know. You see? And she was living with the girlfriend. So when you live, you will live in the society. They will not allow you to live in the barrack because the elders in barrack in that demonic country have destroyed, have done more good, more than better. Because they don't pay them good salary, they will just go and build bacha, dirty house for them to live. And then in the next 200 years, they have not renovated that place. They don't. The many of them will pack their 1,200 families from anywhere coming to the barrack. When you call their name, and this person is I'm coming from Jews. They will allow you without knowing what those people are coming to the Jews house or whatever doing. Nobody care. As long as he's a military and he's living in that place, 100 people will call Jews and enter the house. When they come, nobody know, and when they are going, nobody know. When they commit crime, they will go into the barrack and nobody will go there for any arrest. That is what is happening in Nigeria. And that is why they give them this thing. When they come, if there is any doubt, when they show this thing, they will just open the barrack for them. They will go inside. Nobody will go there and look for them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution. Bro Max, you have something to say?
Yes, so you see, giving foreign Fulani terrorists residential permit, the people that gave them the this is where I have problem with the what is going on in that country. How can you give people? Are you an immigration officer that issues a residential permit to people to live? Residential permit is a warrant for you to live in a country that is not yours. Are you the immigration department that issue? You see, these are some of the things that I don't get it at all in that country. When it happens like this, you will be asking yourself, is this really a country? And if you remember the bishop that was kidnapped, that paid 100 million, he said, why they released them? Just 100 meters away from there is the army checkpoint. That is to tell you that these people are working hand in hand with this. You see, if they have taken over, gradually, they will remain in the barracks. If there is anything that is going to happen, I am looking at Afghanistan, thing happening to Nigeria. Template happening to Nigeria. The same way, because they will take over those places. How do you want to tell me that a terrorist, armed Fulani terrorist, will go and find succor in the barracks with a permit to live in the barracks? While I was in the barracks, there is nothing. Once anything happened, the police cannot.
Nigeria has rejected the motion.
Because that is the military quarters. You don't go in there. And I will suggest what Mazi Craig said. If Biafra comes by the grace of God, once the world recognizes the sovereignty of Biafra, and we have our nation, there is no active service member that is going to live in the barracks. The buildings in the barracks will be for training, for exercises, for tactics development, and so on and so forth. You will wake up from your own house, you will go to the office in the barracks to work. And that is how we are going to do it. Because we will not encourage, we are learning from the evil that are being carried out by these same people. They police the government. In fact, there is no how the government of Nigeria is not aware of this thing that they are doing. Are you surprised what they can do? Do you know how many thousands of cow that is being eaten in Lagos alone? Do you know how much it is that these people are getting? Do you know how much that these people can pay in order to get everybody on their side? Mazi Chuks, we have an existential problem around us. It's just like a very big, heavy, load dumped at our back. That is what we are facing. And I believe that we are equal to the task. We can deal with it. We can deal with it. Let the government of the United States of Biafra do whatever they are doing. We are waiting for the time when the whistle will be blown. Then we'll know what to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate your wonderful contribution. Let's just listen to this very update that we got also from their media, and let's hear what they want to say. This was the update my brother Greg was talking about. Let us hear it and hear what they are saying.
The Senate of Nigeria has rejected the motion seeking a political solution to free the leader of the proscribed indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from detention at the Department of State Service, DDSS. It also reached a resolution calling for the extradition of a self-acclaimed leader of the separatist group, Simon Ekpa, from his base in Finland to face charges for his sit-at-home calls and inciting trouble in Nigeria's southeast. Our National Assembly correspondent Omo Bazwai has more on this.
Simon Ekpa, a self-styled leader of separatist group Indigenous People of Biafra, has been passing several orders from his base in Finland to his followers, establishing a strict sit-at-home order in Nigeria's southern states. In the absence of Nnamdi Kanu, crippling commercial activities in the region. On Wednesday, the activities of Ekpa and his gang finally caught the attention of the Senate, following a motion by Imo West Senator Osita Isinazo. Isinazo's motion was co-sponsored by all other 14 senators from the southeast, inviting Nigeria's federal might to end the rascality of Simon Ekpa and his band of outlaws in the region.
The Senate is aware that thousands of innocent lives have been lost since this action of sit-at-home in the southeast started, and properties worth over $1 trillion have been destroyed, which has resulted in investors leaving the region.
2023. Efforts by the governors of the 5 southeastern states have achieved little to no end in the terror activities of Ekpa and his men. Kanu was extradited from Kenya in 2021 after he jumped bail in Nigeria, alleging threats to his life by Nigerian security forces. On October 2022, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court struck out 8 out of the 15-count charge earlier brought against Kanu by the Nigerian government. The appellate court ordered his release on account of his unlawful extradition from Kenya to Nigeria to face terrorism charges. But the Supreme Court overturned the decision of the Federal High Court, leaving Kanu in detention since then.
You see the evil of, when we say that Nigerian media is evil, I'm going to show you some of those evil of Nigerian media. You know, when we call them, when we talk about the terrorism of Nigeria, it is on different level. The terrorism of Nigeria is on extraordinary level. If you don't understand it, if you are not a Biafran, you won't understand the level, the evil of the media. Most of the things you are seeing today, most of the evil you are seeing today is carried out by Nigerian media. And this is one of the evidence. Did you see this video they are showing here? This particular video they joined here has nothing to do with the Biafra. It has nothing to do with IPOB or the Liberation Army of Biafra. This man you see here, even when Mazi Simon Ekpa tries to reach out to him to make sure that he's being threatened and joined the agitation, this man refused to join. I've forgotten the name they call him. What name they call him? Who is
Aji,
exactly. But you see how they took the video of that man now. They merged it in there, and the name they are mentioning there is Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa, projecting into the whole world. They are projecting to the world and to every media. This is the evil. The evil. When we talk about Nigerian media being the architect of the major problem that the citizens are facing, this is it. This is
Mazi Chooks, let me, I try not to go on, but listen to this. You listen to the last journalist narrating the story. You see the kind of palpable lie that
I'm still going there. I have not reached there. I'm still going to that direction.
My goodness. When was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu extradited from Kenya?
I was still going to that direction. That is it. When we talk about their evil, that is what it is. You saw in that end how the man was reporting it. This issue has been settled again and again. Is in public that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, renditioned. He was never extradited. He was renditioned. It is in the public. It's in their court. It is everywhere. And he said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu claimed that there was an attempt in his life. The attempt on the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu life was streamed live on Facebook. I still have it on my Facebook page. Which I streamed then. I was following it live. If you go to King David Exploit Expose Facebook page, it is still there. The attack in the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, many people streamed it live. When they tried to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we saw what happened, that 28 men were mowed down in that compound. Jack was also murdered in that very compound. The attack led to the death of the father, the parents of our sweet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And yet, an idiot will come on a national television presenting a case and he called it allegedly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alleged an attack to himself. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. Even when their court have said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not, in a capital letter, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not go jump bail. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won that case and he was awarded compensation of 40 billion in the court in Nigeria. And yet, when they want to present this matter, you can see the evil, how they cut out information, cut out this, and they present it. And you see 14 criminals representing the Janjaweed in Biafra land coming together to say that they do not support the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. 14 criminals. And instead, they are demanding that Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is in the front line to demand for his release, should also be extradited to Nigeria. Now you understand what we are up against. These 14 criminals are from Biafra land, mostly Igbo Biafrans, representing the Caliphate, representing the British, saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be freed, and demanding the extradition of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Now you understand what we are up against. For those of you who are not paying attention, you now understand. You see why it is necessary that we come online every day to strengthen these lies that they continue to spill. You see, we just wake up, they begin to tell you, oh, Master Samaraba extradition have been sealed and signed, that the Finnish authority told them that. And I don't know why the Finnish authority will continue to see the lies and propaganda, even using their own name, and yet they are listening to this bunch of terrorist country and their operators. A country that can come boldly and tell lies with your name, and yet you still have the guts to give that effrontery to say that they present a fact to you to hold an innocent man for more than 4 months. It is sad. There is nothing else that is causing this than the global conspiracy and economic interests that they have in Biafra land. And by the special grace of God, no matter what their interest is, except there is no Biafran man alive, Biafra will definitely come, and they can't stop it. On this, we draw our closing remark. My brother Greg, give us a minute closing remark so that we can round up on this program.
Yes, thank you, and thank you, the Biafrans, the listener, and all the Biafrans worldwide. Thank you, Choose Special, for the opportunity again today. The only message we have today is to tell the Biafrans is to fight for your right in any situation. Do not sit back when another person is being oppressed. Don't watch your brother being oppressed and you will go home and say it doesn't concern you, just like what these senators are doing. They know the right and they know they are oppressed. The so-called the third man or the fourth person or the 50th person in the world, Okano, the time he made a statement when he said, let the Biafrans not join the protest because you are a target. That reminds me that Kanu know that every Biafran is a target. He said, you are a target. If you join the protest, they will kill you and nothing will happen. How can a third person or the 50th person in Nigeria, according to him, say, let my people not join any protest, because if my people join the protest, they will kill my people and nobody will talk. What then are you sitting there in that position doing? Who are you representing? Can you say, let my people not join the NSAS, let my people not join the bad government, I think that was bad governance protest. The last protest that Simon Ekpan asked the Biafrans not to join. He's telling these people, the Biafrans, let the Igbos not join that protest because the Igbos are the target in Nigeria. So how can you know that your brother and your sister, your children, your cousins and nephews, your mother, your father, your relations, your in-laws are targets in Nigeria and they are target and you keep quiet? And every month you gather billions from Nigerian poors and you put in your account. And you tell them, don't come out to the protest because you are the target. You know fully well that these people are targets and you keep quiet. The day of your own attack, every ant, every fly, every lion, every bull, every spirit will be keep quiet and nothing will happen until they will swallow you. So when you hear anything against your brother, raise and use that whistle and blow. Teach people how to raise that alarm. Teach people how to raise that whistle. When they do it in the street, let everybody look front, back, left and right, up and down to know in an area where something evil is happening. That is excess of that whistle. And make sure you use it and you teach your community how to use it to raise alarm if there is any evil against the Biafra land. Stand up for your right. Never keep silent. Never keep silent when injustice is going on in any corner, even to your enemy. When they have injustice against your enemy, stand up and speak the truth, and it will not stop your standing as a human being. Thank you, Master Choose, and God bless you, and God bless Biafrans. I read my mic.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. For those who are watching, what you are watching here is one of the atrocities of the Zoological Republic terrorists, destroying the homes of Biafrans. You can see the tire of their armor tank. This is a home destroyed with the properties inside. The person has not committed any crime. The only crime he's committed is that he is a Biafran. There are several of this kind of, you can see the tire of the armor tank, the chain of the armor tank that they use to destroy.
And this is what Simon Ekman was fighting. That is what Simon Ekman said. This is terrorist act. If somebody commits crime, look for the person, arrest the person, not go and keep other people that is living in that house homeless, because everybody might not be a criminal. If somebody commits a criminal offense, look for him and arrest him. Do not go and terrorize our people. That was the origin of all these evils. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I hope Biafrans are seen. My beloved brother Maxwell, give us your closing remark as we round up.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Chooks, and I salute every Biafran that is still listening to us and those that are going to listen to us, after this broadcast. Remember, Biafrans, United States of Biafra, we are alone. Those 14 people, those 14 criminals that are benefiting from the criminal status quo will never allow us to get our freedom. But one thing that you should understand is that they are in the minority. We are in the majority. Those that are fighting to be free are in the majority. Let us make use of our majority, contribute, and to make sure that we get what we want. If we allow these people, they will thwart every effort gearing towards the restoration of Biafran sovereignty. Know it today that we have serious problems from the Fulanese or the globalists, but right there in our homes. Our people say that what kills a cow lives inside a cow. If you have a problem, an issue that lives with you, that issue is more potent to kill than anyone that is coming from outside. And I believe that the United States of Biafra, under the leadership of Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is looking into how to tackle all these problems. But before then, we must make sure that we support every one of us. We must relay information when necessary, and we must guide against attacks from these evil ones. The video that you are seeing there, just like Mazi Craig said, was what Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of us are fighting for. Against, we are standing against all this. Someone commits a crime. Okuko hapụrụ onye gburu oje tụwara nwite tụkwasịrị nwite olu. Is it the ite that killed the one? These are some of the things that they do. Miscarriage of judgment, attacks on innocent people, destroy them and get at them. You are losing. No matter how you going to intimidate the Biafran people, no matter the devices that you have adopted to, instill fear in the minds and hearts of Biafran people, we will never back down. We are out, and we are going to continue to chase you, and we are going to continue to make sure the international community, those that choose to listen, let them listen. Those that refuse to listen, God is going to strike them the same way he struck Pharaoh, the same way he struck Pharaoh. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I still remain your Okene and women from the little beautiful city of Bolagatanga in Upper East region. May Chukwu Kiadoma bless each and every one. Thank you, Mazi Chooks.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for your immense contribution to the program. As always, I thank you for all your support. And I appreciate every Biafran that have participated on this program today, wherever you join us from. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of us. We shall overcome these challenges that are coming from right, left, and center, No matter how they try to stop us, we are unstoppable, and we will continue to speak. We will continue to shout. We will continue to alert the world on what is going on in Biafran territory. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every Biafran. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever you are watching this program from, no weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of the program. I appreciate you immensely, and I thank you for being part of the program. See you again tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed, and thank you once again for being part of the program. Remain blessed.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. NgoziOrabueze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous DPMDrNgoziOrabueze.
We face many things, we no fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
Ndewonu Biafrans, and greetings to the world. I am Mazi Ifeanyi, presenter and head of media for the United States of Biafra government homeland. On behalf of the leadership and the great people of Biafra, I welcome you to this special broadcast from Homeland Media, bringing you verified updates, truth in reporting, and the voice of the Biafran people. Today, we bring you a major development in our collective survival and resistance against the ongoing oppression we face. In the face of rising kidnappings, unlawful detentions, and mysterious disappearance, a new tool of hope and emergency safety has arrived to support our people, the survival vessel. On this day, April 25, 2025 in a bold move to strengthen the safety and survival of the Biafran people. The first batch of survival vessels has officially arrived in the Biafran nation. These vessels are not ordinary tools. They are designed to save lives. When in danger, lost, or under threat of adoption, Biafrans can now signal for help using this powerful whistle. Its piercing sound travels farther than the human voice, making it effective even in remote areas or in the middle of the night. Distributions is set to begin as soon as final arrangements are in place with the 40 state governors across Biafra. Homeland officials assured that no region will be left behind in this operation. This initiative comes in response to disturbing reports of night raid, illegal detention, and disappearance targeting innocent Biafrans by Nigerian security operatives. The Nigerian DSS alone is said to be holding over 100,000 Biafrans without trial. Many are missing, presumed dead, or never heard from again. The survival vessel will serve as a new weapon in the defense of life, a way for citizens to cry out and be heard during emergencies. The people of Biafran have welcomed this move with open arms, expressing gratitude to the government of the United States of Biafra. Do stay with us, the news continues in a moment. All updates regarding the United States of Biafran Defense Forces and the Liberation Army shall be communicated only through the office of the Commander General or the Quartermaster General in Homeland. This is to ensure the integrity and safety of all operations. The United States of Biafran Army also reaffirms its full compliance with international humanitarian law (IHL), maintaining professional discipline and command standards. In the coming weeks, a public affairs officer will be officially announced to serve as the voice of the USB Army. My fellow Biafrans, today we do not just report news, we report history in the making. The survival vessel may be small in size, but it is mighty in purpose. It is a sound of resistance. It is a call for unity. And above all, it is proof that no Biafran is alone. From Homeland Media, this has been your weekly update. I am Mazi Ifani, head of media for the United States of Biafran government, Homeland. Continue to stand strong, stay alert, and be your brother's keeper. The dawn of freedom is near. Until next time, may Chukwokike Bioma bless and protect every Biafran soul. God bless you.
Na tulaje bano mabuli vemelem Ati bekwa na tulane bovo Timalugo no nugo do koko do nyano be hule hule Dani mo na tulilu Na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu Ngula matali wanso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Mama abulezi okwenu Na baka la kelwe gonezi enwe Nubote akala kelwe gonudezi Maka na baba neno waralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanukwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe no nenu lira tono na ndagulugu seji tono nugu banata Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa waja siyenyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano Kumo Biafra kuyenu Kanyi welo fobi wena tabanu banye Makano fobi abakama Nana nugo nowe Kumo Biafra na mekele ununina Nkabo nkanyi Mwadati na itele wanyi biakenemi Okwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere Wesi ya kene rugio Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwe Adawunele kala ya dike Mafondi mojiri diebu bebide biche vele mongwe Abusikwo dogweji mali Igbo nine Dogweji malo Biafra biya Adubagwo chukwu Papa gisi kene logi Philipu Efyong Abusikwa nwoke kwuloku we kwusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye Na ya bụ Biafra ya tulugo wenata Una bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo N'ọkụ ọgụli nwata n'aka na ele Abagise kene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kene ebe dike Amadike Biafra bialulo
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Okwagimo foye tilindilo mbadangula hunis
accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the NJC for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So
Biafra government They know na exile cabinet na tukunanda na ya gba unu maka na onye soro bịa ya atọ ka ịmalụ ga-enu eyi jisie n'ike ekele m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu ndị ejesa Biafra land bịa kedenu the great oracles of Biafra na n'unu ọnụ wee kede unu n'ama na n'unu jisi ike n'ọnụ Natugu ya baurume Omo chukwo Omo chukwene Ase kana the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Webber Abuzi kwa batobi yo Atwale le omo Biafra bianulo Anonganga piotembe wile name
I can show you, you will not see.
Yes. Mwana kwa mubia kenelio Odagiri dimu Ose fulu bilo bianulo nuwe Makwale na kosa de malanya Mweti mwagu kojilo sinodilo kasojilo yatini sojilo wewalosa Muzikwe wabatobi Ogada gidi dike bianulo Mwetile kwala niyo Nine tukujele ndi Biafra na nunu Nuna beke nege Asimuna yadele ndi Biafra nine nama Asino yadele nune nama Mandanyi na bono mweno Utela nyiweli ene Mandanyi na bono Ndudonu no mwe Makana mbona boke kwena abonike Moya na no, moya no No bivo ye dobeli nedere no Wama believe emeleme A good legacy will last forever Wama believe emeleme And in remembrance of my bless you